Some dope addicts are here.
Yeah.
There's no debate there.
No, I mean, and especially when you look over, I mean, you know, the guy from 10cc.
Oh, I could have. Oh.
You don't want to play Not
No.
Not in Love.
You don't want to do
It's it's Med Lugcart's birthday. Wall of Voodoo.
Oh, well, we could have done that. Maybe for the potty break.
Ginger Fish's birthday. Drummer for Marilyn Manson.
Yeah.
And Moon Unit Zappa's birthday.
I lobbied for that a little bit.
You want Valley Girl
you
over
bet.
that?
You bet. Well, not over Immigrants. And I can't hear that, Carrie. It's a Thor music video.
Yeah.
Forever. I can never think of
yeah.
that song again without
Yeah.
thinking of Thor.
So September.
It's the last broadcast day of September.
Sure.
So.
And we could just do our September fact of the day right now. Just get it out of the way. No?
You want to do it officially?
Let's do it officially.
All right. So,
but that whole scene, though, I don't know how you top that scene with that song and the action, and I don't know where you go from there. That's the pinnacle.
Well, they did.
Yeah. There have been other scenes.
Later in the movie.
Well,
Yeah.
I know, but
Yeah, there were a couple of others.
Later in the
Did
movie,
you fall asleep
where,
after that scene?
You know, where he's fighting Surtur. And
I don't know. I like that scene the best.
And the Hulk is beating up a giant wolf, you know.
Oh, yeah. With that.
Yeah. Oh, it was a good scene. Don't get me wrong.
So, now on my way to work, I was coming down Second South, and at Second South and State, police activity of a major sort. So they just called Salt Lake City Police Department, the producer's booth did. They said there was no answer at the Salt Lake City Police Department unless we want to talk to non-emergency dispatch. Well, I guess, I don't know. Anyway, I think there was a dead guy on the sidewalk right there by the Carl's Jr. Now,
there's always a dead guy right in front of the Carl's
there was
Jr.
a body covered with a blanket, and so when you're around town and you see somebody on the park strip and they often look like they're dead guys, but they're just homeless people sleeping, but they are so out they look dead. But there were like 5 or 6 cop cars there, so it seemed to be something more than that, and there was police tape,
Remember when that was a Hardee's?
Do not cross the... Yes, Gina, I do. But what I'm asking is if anybody knows what was going on there, give us a call at 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986 and let us know if you know what's going on. Because apparently the police department isn't answering.
They're all on the scene.
They're all there.
All 5 of them.
Dude, weren't you supposed to be answering phones? I thought you were answering the phones.
I do remember when that was a Hardee's. I loved. I think Carrie and I subsisted for a while when we were in Ogden.
Yeah.
On Hardee's, those biscuits that they put the icing on. Remember?
Oh.
So those
were good.
They were like breakfast biscuits, but then they drizzled them with icing, and they were cinnamony.
Some had raisins in them.
Yeah.
You subsisted on those?
Kinda, yeah.
Well, didn't they keep bringing them to us?
Yes.
It was some promotion or something?
Yeah, Hardee's just would. We subsisted on those and corn nuts.
Yes, for a long time.
We
corn
had
nuts.
cases and cases and cases of corn nuts in the garage.
Yeah.
So for breakfast, we would have the Hardee's biscuits and then corn nuts the rest of the day. You ever notice that corn nuts smell like cat farts?
Well, no, I don't know what a cat fart smells like, so I'll have to take your word for it. I've never lived with...
Never lived with a flatulent cat? They don't fart very often, so when they do...
They save it up for something
It's really
good?
bad. Yeah, it smells like a corn nut. All right, we probably ought to get the show started officially. Check-ins, that's what we'll do. 877-602-9696. Call, check in with the Radio from Hell show. Just let us know how you are, what you're doing. Are you okay? Are you going to be with us today? Are you going to be front and present?
I don't think Carrie's with us today. I think Carrie's out.
No.
You're a little bit out today?
I'm...
Carrie's given up on society.
Emotionally, I am out.
It's hard.
And we're going to talk about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
But
it is difficult to be with it today.
Yep.
But check in with the Radio from Hell show and tell us In 3 words or less, and this will be hard, what are the small things that make your day better?
Ooh.
Oh, that's nice.
3 words or less, what are the small things that make your day better? And I believe that a random caller, Gina, pay attention, will get a prize.
Yeah, I was going to tell him about the Odyssey Dance Theater thriller
Okay,
tickets.
well, you were sitting there with a blank look on your face. I didn't know if you were going to say it or not.
I got it.
Okay,
All right.
Do it.
Yeah. So 877-602-9696. Time to check in, I suppose. We'll get started after these. Diamonds Direct.
Diamonds Direct, you have only until
Sunday.
So today, tomorrow, and Sunday. They're open on Sunday,
They are.
Diamonds Direct. So
You can buy diamonds on Sunday?
I know, right? It's like being grown-ups.
it's a great country, isn't it? Diamonds Direct, 6400 South, right across from the Fashion Place Mall. This is the last day to do this. No money down, and then spread out your payments over 5 years, no interest. So whatever that diamond, and Diamonds Direct prices are already low. So whatever that diamond piece of jewelry, any jewelry in the store, whatever it costs, including the tax, just divide that by 60 months. That's 5 years. Divide it by 60 months. That's what your monthly payment will be.
It's an incredible deal. And then you can later down the road upgrade your diamond.
Yeah, it's a win-win. Get the low price and then just low monthly payment over 5 years. You do the math. Go into Diamonds Direct. It's a beautiful showroom. You can get more details and extended hours and directions at diamondsdirect.com on approved credit.
X96 and Barbecue Pit Stop present
Radio from Hell on X96.
So anyway, we're up there, getting bags of food and turkeys. But when we first got there,
This is before we went on the air.
now I didn't say this to her on the air, did I?
No. No, this was before we went on.
She introduced herself, and I forget her name. Hi, I'm so and so with the food bank, and I always said hi, and she handed us a fact sheet, and it's just a few things there, and she said, and then she said, I don't even think we asked her to be on the radio.
Didn't.
She said, I don't want to go on the radio, and Carrie said, well, come on, we've got to want to talk to somebody from the food bank.
Yeah.
You're here. You're an
I
expert.
believe every year we have spoken
And
with them.
yeah, and I said, well, we need somebody from the food bank. We'd like somebody from the food bank to talk. And she said, well, what are you going to ask me? and it made me a little mad.
It did, because it's kind of a...
And I said,
Silly
well,
question.
I'm going to ask you, what the velocity of a V1 rocket is, and how to build a diesel truck, and what is the composition of quartzite.
You were a little...
I said, I'm going to ask you stuff that you can answer about the
stuff,
food bank.
the stuff that was on the sheet.
Easy stuff. She ran. She disappeared.
disappeared.
And never came back.
Yeah.
And no one else from the food bank.
No.
was there?
No,
Which-
she was the representative that morning.
And I
You could have handled that
oh,
a
and
little
I
better.
yeah, I could have. And I think I did say, well, could you get us somebody who will talk? I think I said that, and that's when she said, well, what are you going to ask me?
I think he was just trying to point out to her that that was kind of a silly question. You're here to represent the food bank. Tell us about hungry people.
I was, but I kind of snapped at her.
But people that never been on the radio or put in that position, it makes them nervous just right off the bat.
Gina, I don't think, again, you really need, other than that seems to be your role, to apologize for this. I'm doing the apologizing. You don't need to.
Once again,
it's my turn to apologize.
Stepping all over Bill's thing.
Stop apologizing. I'm apologizing.
You're always there to ruin the punchline, and now you're ruining the apology.
And quit throwing your shoes at me.
Wait, there's another one.
So she really never said why she didn't want to be on the air, did she?
No, but she was scared. She was nervous.
She did the I don't want to be on the air.
Maybe she had a real job and was supposed to be at work and didn't want anybody to hear her.
No, but anyway, I feel bad about it. I'm sorry. I'd like to find out her name, and I'll send her an apology or.
Yeah, I wouldn't call her. You'll scare her.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to scare you, and I'm sorry. I was a little short. But it's first thing in the morning, and we're just getting it together, and you know how I am.
Yeah.
But she doesn't.
Again, you can't treat everybody like you treat me.
Oh, shut up. I can too. You call right now, and I'll tell you to shut up. I don't care who you are.
Gary, Bill, and Gina on X96 Radio from Hell.
Right, 6:18 right now.
All right, we'll officially begin the program with your check-ins and all of that. But first, the sponsor.
X96 welcomes Warren Miller to Abravanel Hall October 13th and 14th. More showings in Orem, Park City, and Ogden. For information, go to warrenmiller.com.
All right, the moon, it's slowly disappearing. It is 87.9% of full. It is a waning moon. The moon will... it'll be a new moon on October 8th, another full moon not until October 24th. The moon will set today at 10:51 a.m. And this is the final time that we will mention that it is September. And Ed Brass has sent us one more September fact of the day. Jimmy Page started Task Brazil, a charity that helps underprivileged children. They live in Casa de Jimmy, a home built by Jimmy himself where the children receive shelter, food, and are placed in foster care or adoption. For his work and dedication to this region, Jimmy Page was awarded Officer of the Order of the British Empire from the Queen in 2005, making him Sir Jimmy Page.
Hey, mama said the way you move gonna make you sweat, gonna make you groove.
And, of course, one final Shemptember fact of the day, and I've tweeted my Shemptember, Happy Shemptember picture of the day. It'll be the last one I ever do. This is an interesting fact about Shemp Howard of the Three Stooges. Whenever a director needs to finish a work without a particular actor, but needs to make it appear as if that actor is being filmed, they employ a fake Shemp.
That's what they're called.
So a director will say, so the director, you need, let's say you're filming a scene and you say, the actor, we need that actor to be in the scene, but he's already gone. He's got another job. So we'll have to find somebody who looks kind of like him from the back or something. And get me a fake Shemp. That's what they say. Get a fake Shemp. That's because Shemp Howard, he died, and they had to film a bunch of scenes
With somebody's
Without-
back.
with somebody's back.
So they brought in fake Shemp.
They brought in fake Shemp.
And you know the director that started that term?
I don't.
Sam Raimi.
I did read that somewhere. Sam Raimi
Sam
started.
Raimi.
Isn't that something?
Get me a fake Shemp.
I need a fake Shemp.
And now people still use that today. Today, by the way, is Friday. It is September 28th in the year of our Lord 2018, and this is North America's most luminescent radio broadcast. No, it was luminescent yesterday. I'm sorry.
What are we today?
Mannered. It's North America's most mannered radio broadcast. Okay. It's Radio from Hell, starring the Lords of Morning Radio, Kerry Jackson, Bill Allred, Gina Barberi. The senior executive producer of the Radio from Hell show is Richard Stedman. Dylan Allred is producing video for the show that you can see at x96.com/live. And Autumn is helping out today. And now your check-ins.
Brought to you by, when life feels like it's crashing down on you from above, Lifetime Roofing is here to offer you peace of mind. In that home of yours, you and your family have your own personal fortress of reassurance. Roofs at Lifetime Roofing are simply better than everyone else's, period.
All right.
Only one person is called to check in, 877-602-9696. So maybe this will be the person that gets the Odyssey Dance Theater
Perhaps.
Tickets to see Thriller. 3 words or less. Brandon. Hi, Brandon.
Yes. Good morning.
Thanks for checking in. What are the small things that
Thanks for letting me listen.
You're welcome. What are the small things that make your day better? 3 words or less.
Oh.
He wasn't even thinking. He
Brandon?
just called.
No, I wasn't.
Oh.
Probably
You know the words radio
long
from
drive to
hell.
work.
Sorry, what'd you say?
Long drive to work. I know it's longer than 3, but that's all I got right now.
Okay, Brandon.
We'll take it.
Yeah, see you.
Thanks,
All right.
Brandon.
Bye-bye.
He just
He just called in. He
Let's
wasn't
see.
sure.
We got chat room coffee, friends, and y'all.
Oh.
Here's a good one. Watermelon Jolly Ranchers.
I love watermelon Jolly Ranchers.
I don't care for Jolly Ranchers of any kind.
But if you had a watermelon one, you'd go, yeah, I like this one.
I mean, it'd be okay.
Watermelon ones are good. I like the sour apple, too.
They're pretty strong.
Now, I like the sour apple Jolly Rancher suckers that have caramel in the middle of them.
That is good. Let's see. Let's go to... this is Emilio.
Good morning, sir.
Morning, guys. Thanks for letting me listen.
You're welcome. 3 words or less, Seth. A little thing that makes your life better.
Memes.
Memes?
Memes.
They make you laugh?
Oh, yeah. You got to do something while you're working, right?
The world is meme crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I would say so.
Yeah.
Well, we
All
need
right.
memes
reason.
in these trying times.
Yes.
Thanks, Emilio.
Thanks, Emilio. All right, let's go to Becky.
Hi, Becky.
Good morning.
Good morning.
3 words or less, Becky. What's some little thing that makes your life better?
Not hurting anyone.
Not hurting anyone.
Is that a purposeful
I like
act of
that.
yours?
Have-
not hurting
have you-
anyone?
Yeah, on a daily basis, I make sure I try not to hurt anyone
Have you-
physically or mentally.
Have you in the past hurt people?
Oh, we all have, but yes, of course.
Okay.
I've stopped cutting people. I've stopped cutting them. That's
Yeah, right. I don't want to cut anyone.
all right.
Do you want the Thriller tickets?
I would love those.
I
All
think
right.
we should give you the
I'll
Thriller
put
tickets.
you on hold, and we'll give them to Becky. Hang on, all right? Let's go to Justin.
Justin, how are you?
I'm great.
All right, Justin. 3 words or less. What are the small things that make your life better?
He'll be confirmed.
Will that make your life better?
Oh, yes.
Why
Well,
do you
why?
why will that make your life better?
Pro-life.
All
You're
right.
pro-life.
I refer to my wife on this one.
He's pro-life, so this is going to make us both happier.
All right. Thanks for checking in.
You.
Appreciate it.
You happier. All right. Let's see, Andy.
Wow, I can't believe I'm going after that one.
I know, right?
All right.
Palate cleanser.
I was going to say full FBI investigation.
That's even better. Yes.
Well, let's
You know, the Bar Association is asking for it.
Now, this is the American Bar Association who sang Judge Kavanaugh's praises and said we think he would make a fine Supreme Court justice. They are now also saying we think there should be a full FBI investigation.
Not going to happen.
Well, yeah.
No.
And along with several Republican governors.
Yep.
No,
It's not going to happen. You know why?
And the majority of American people. I mean, I think the thing that people misunderstand is that the crimes that he's being that are being alleged against him are crimes for which, at least in the state of Utah, there's no statute of limitation.
There isn't in
Maryland either.
where they occurred.
But you know why? You know why none of this is going to matter? Reference our previous caller, because that's what it's all about.
Thanks, Andy.
All right, thanks, Andy. We'll see you. Tyson, quickly.
Tyson.
Yes.
Hi.
The three things are alcohol, healthcare, and technology.
All right.
Okay. All right.
Those aren't little things. Those are big things.
You need the healthcare and technology after all the alcohol.
Amen.
You need
Yeah. Thanks,
all right,
Tyson.
thanks, Tyson. All right, so there you go. I guess we got to continue.
Oh, let's see if traffic. You know what? Traffic's something you can feel good about so far, at least, Carrie. Things are. I've got green cameras.
I'm
all the way.
glad that my drive to work is unimpeded right now.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
looking for a positive.
There ain't any.
I'm looking for a positive. PRA is currently seeking healthy, non-smoking men ages 18 to 45 for a clinical research study. Qualified participants may receive compensation up to $3,000 for time and travel. PRAstudies.com.
Here's a positive for you.
Yes.
Go up to Snowbird.
Oh, yes.
Check into the Cliff Lodge.
Yes.
Get yourself a beverage and sit on the balcony.
That's what I love.
And look at the mountain. Watch the tram go up and down.
That is my
and up
favorite
and
part.
down.
It really is therapy.
It is.
Being up there
That is
therapy.
the best part.
Make it a weekend escape with the Oktoberfest getaway at Snowbird from $116 per person per night, and that gets you lodging, breakfast, and unlimited use of the summer activities. Now, if you don't want to do the tram and the mountain coaster and that kind of stuff, you can scale down a little bit and get the package starting as low as $77 per person per night, and that's lodging, breakfast, and at the forklift or the atrium. Snowbird.com has all of the details. Ski passes are on sale, and tonight they're doing that Stargazer program.
Oh, yeah. No,
that would relax you.
That would be relaxing.
Yeah.
So they break out telescopes?
They do. They have a little indoor program, and they break out the telescopes. I believe they go up to Hidden Peak on
Oh,
that.
cool.
Go to snowbird.com for all the details.
Keep the radio on. A 1 hour nonstop music wingding starts at 10. X96.
and Gina Barberry on X96.
All right, 6:33 right now. Big Boy News and Opinioendo brought to you by
Lucky's Auto Credit, where $77 in a job gets you a car. 2 locations, Salt Lake City and Ogden. For program details or to apply online, visit luckysautocredit.com.
All right. Now we'll talk a little bit. We'll talk some about the hearing yesterday in the news here, but we'll go into it in more detail after the news.
Well, I've got some shocking news here.
And okay, and then also let me just those of you who you'll wonder why we didn't talk about certain specific things in the Kavanaugh hearing yesterday. There are 2 boner candidates dealing with it.
I was lobbying for 6 boner. I could have given you 6.
So
individual
I'm sure,
things.
Jeannie, I'm sure you could have gone into great detail and given us 30. But the boner candidates associated with it, I'll just give you the titles of those boner candidates. One of them is, well, I mean, she's pleasing. And the other one is, I know you are, but what am I? I mean, I'm sorry, Senator. I should have said, same to you, but more of it. Those are the 2 boner candidates associated with the hearing. Okay. Now, Kerry, you have...
This is shocking.
Shocking
news.
This is breaking news here on the Radio from Hell show.
About Ben McAdams.
Running for Congress. He's the Salt Lake County mayor.
Yes, running against Mia Love.
Yeah.
I got this in the mail, and I'd like to thank Mia Love for sending me this.
From Mia
This is mail from Mia Love to me. Alerting me of something about Ben McAdams.
That you didn't know, huh?
Well, it's just shocking.
Has he got skeletons in his closet?
Can you see? Do you see that?
Yeah.
All right. You see where it says Ben McAdams doesn't like to talk about it, but he's a Democrat.
What?
Says right there.
No.
Doesn't like
I don't
to
believe
talk about it, but he's a Democrat.
I don't believe it.
I just, thank you, Mia, for spending all that money to tell
She's
me.
outed him. She has outed
to
him.
let me know.
There's an episode of The Let's Go Eat Show with Ben McAdams. You can find it in the archives, theletsgoeatshow.com, and he talks rather freely about being a Democrat.
Of course he does.
Yes.
Jeez.
Hillary Clinton has a blunt message. Has a blunt message for America. She was on Murphy Brown last night in a cameo. Now, you remember the old Murphy Brown?
Mm-hmm.
I think every episode she was trying to hire a new secretary.
Yes.
She could never keep a secretary.
No, that was the joke.
Yeah, because she's
demanding.
She's too demanding. Yeah. Do you have the audio?
I have the audio.
Oh, yeah, I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
Yeah, let's hear it. It's very funny.
All right, here we go.
You hang back here, Murphy. HR is going to send someone up to interview as your new secretary.
Oh, goody. I haven't had one of those in a while.
It's Hillary Clinton.
Walks out. It's Hillary Clinton.
Hello. I'm here to interview for the secretarial position. Hillary? Yes, Hillary. Hillary Clinton. My God, you look just like... I know, Hillary Clinton. I get that a lot, but my name is spelled with 1 L.
Well, okay, Hillary, with 1 L, please sit down. I guess you've heard this is a pretty demanding job.
I have. Your reputation precedes you, but I want you to know I'm not afraid of hard work. I'm qualified and ready on day 1.
And I also assume you've had previous secretarial experience?
Absolutely. For 4 years, I was the secretary. I was the secretary of a very large organization.
And you have all the requisite skills, computer, email.
Emails. Yeah. I do have some experience with emails.
How are you at teamwork? You know, putting on a news program is a huge operation.
Oh, I get that completely. Everyone works together. It takes a village.
Well, you are very impressive, maybe a little overqualified. How about I take some time to think it over and give you a call?
Well, it was a pleasure meeting you. I'll be expecting your call. And here, let me give you my card. Thank you.
Thank you. Hillary at youcoulda-had-me.com.
Yeah, there you go.
That's funny.
So this is an interesting statistic. This past winter's flu season, and now they're saying get flu shots. It's time to get them. This past winter's flu season, the worst to come along in decades. New data from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention highlights just how destructive it was in the United States. According to new data, there were 80,000 flu-related deaths last year, the highest toll seen in the last 40 years here in the U.S. 80,000 people died as a result of the flu. What do you think Utah's most Googled symptom of illness is?
Symptom of illness.
Headache. I'll say headache.
So Google has all kinds of statistics, of
it's
course.
all cancer.
Easy way to receive quick answers, especially medical related. An analysis done by MedicareHealthPlans.com maps out the most Googled symptoms in the past year by state. Utah's most Googled symptom.
Cough?
No.
I'm saying headache.
No. Morning sickness.
Whoa.
This correlated with the state's second place standing for highest birth rate in the nation. South Dakota had the highest birth rate in the nation. North Dakota, the third highest. Stress came in first as the most Googled symptom nationwide, ranking number one in most searches in 10 states. A majority of people in other states searched common cold, flu, and allergy-related symptoms. So, the hearing yesterday, Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh came out swinging, telling the Senate Judiciary Committee that his confirmation process had become a national disgrace.
I would agree.
He bemoaned the... Yes, I would.
I would agree.
He bemoaned the partisan politics around it. Quote, "The Constitution gives the Senate an important role in the confirmation process, but you have replaced advice and consent with search and destroy," he said angrily in his opening remarks. "Since my nomination in July, there's been a frenzy on the left to come up with something, anything to block my confirmation. The dirty politics Kavanaugh is alleging should be, though, no surprise to him, since he spent part of his career, at least, in that world. Kavanaugh cut his teeth in Washington working for what Democrats consider to be the most brazen and partisan crusade in modern politics, Ken Starr's investigation into Bill Clinton in the 1990s. Kavanaugh spent more than 3 years working for the independent counsel who was looking into various scandals surrounding Bill Clinton and his wife Hillary. Kavanaugh personally urged Starr to expand the Whitewater investigation to include looking at the death of White House staffer Vince Foster, a controversy that was a partisan attempt to use a man's death to go after the Clintons.
So he's a conspiracy theorist.
Foster died by suicide in 1993. That was a conclusion reached by the U.S. Park Police. They did the investigation because he was found in a park. The FBI also investigated. In fact, there were multiple investigations, and they all agreed death by suicide.
Kerry, this is where you yell, "Blood doesn't run uphill."
No, that's me that does
you.
that.
Oh.
That's me that does that, Gina.
Oh, okay.
Remember? I'm the one who always yells,
I can't.
"Blood doesn't run uphill!"
One of you yells at it.
During the Monica Lewinsky inquiry, Kavanaugh pressed Starr to ask Clinton sexually graphic questions about his relationship with the White House intern. Ultimately, I don't think they asked those questions, but Kavanaugh wanted them to ask very graphic questions about Clinton inserting a cigar into Monica Lewinsky's vagina and things like that. Those questions did come out, were leaked out, but I don't think they ultimately asked them in the hearing. So he knows all about, the kind of things he's now accusing the Democrats and the left of doing. Fox News anchor Chris Wallace on Thursday said the allegations against Supreme Court nominee Kavanaugh has prompted his daughters to reveal to him for the first time ever experiences they had in high school. Wallace made the disclosure during Fox News coverage ahead of Thursday's highly anticipated hearing. Over the course of this week, I think, like a lot of American families, my family, a lot of them, have been discussing this and disagreeing and arguing, Chris Wallace said. And two of my daughters have told me stories that I'd never heard about things that happened to them in high school. They hadn't told their parents. I don't know if they told their friends. Certainly they never reported it to the police.
Well, then it didn't happen. If they didn't tell it the police or the parents, it didn't happen.
They weren't as serious as the allegations against Kavanaugh, but the point is that there are teenage girls who don't tell stories to a lot of people, And then it comes up, and I don't think we can disregard that. I don't think that we can disregard Christine Blasey Ford and the seriousness of this. I think that would be a big mistake, Chris Wallace said. The American Bar Association,
yep,
who has said about Brett Kavanaugh, he is a fine judge. He's done exemplary work over his career. They gave him high marks and said to the Senate panel that he would be a great Supreme Court justice. They gave him high marks. They now say, we think his nomination should be put on hold until there is an FBI investigation that can be completed into several claims of sexual misconduct. We make this request because of the American Bar Association's respect for the rule of law and due process under law. The basic principles that underscore the Senate's constitutional duty of advice and consent on federal judicial nominees require nothing less than a careful examination of the accusations and facts by the FBI. This is extraordinary in the fact that, as I said, the ABA gave Kavanaugh a unanimous, well-qualified rating. But I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're going to vote today. That's the word.
Yeah, they are.
They're going to vote today, and they'll vote to the committee will. And then it will go to the full Senate for a vote. So we'll see what happens there. The New York Times did a story that says the 4 key takeaways from the Blasey and Kavanaugh hearing yesterday. Dr. Blasey, of course, if you heard any of it or watched any of it, her testimony was very gripping.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed to be, it was very honest.
You can tell she did not want to be there. She was petrified.
Kavanaugh was aggressive. He was tearful at times, and he was very partisan. Very, very partisan. The committee avoided an Anita Hill moment, really.
Mm-hmm.
But Republicans got very angry, Lindsey Graham in particular.
Well, he was...
Yeah, what's his deal?
No, the Russians showed him the file. That's what his deal is.
Compromat?
Yes.
And so now everybody's looking at undecided senators, not the ones necessarily on that panel. They're looking at the 2 female Republican senators. The Democratic senator who won in Alabama, who the betting was that he would probably vote to confirm Kavanaugh because even though he's a Democrat, he's from a very, very, very conservative. He beat Roy Moore.
Yeah, that guy.
That guy.
Doug Jones?
Doug Jones. The betting was that he would maybe vote to confirm Kavanaugh. He's now saying, nope, I can't.
Saying he's not going to, yeah.
I can't do it. And he said that may cost me the election. When I run for re-election in Alabama, it may cost me the seat, but I can't do it.
And what he said is he can't do it because there's been no further investigation.
Yeah. So there's that. Now we'll talk about all of this a little bit more in a couple of minutes here. Just another couple of quick stories. Elon Musk, Tesla's chief executive, has been accused by federal regulators of misleading investors with false public statements, a move that could force him out of Tesla's leadership. At issue is Mr. Musk's declaration on Twitter last month that he had funding secured to buy out all of the stock of the Tesla company. The prospect created a firestorm on social media and the markets that sent Tesla shares soaring. In a lawsuit filed in federal court in New York, the Securities and Exchange Commission accused Musk of committing fraud by making false public statements with the potential to hurt investors. The suit seeks to bar Mr. Musk, who is also Tesla's chairman, from serving as an executive or director of publicly traded companies. So he said, I got $420 million of private funding and I'm going to buy out all the stock. They said, he picked that particular number, 420, because it's a marijuana reference, and he did that to amuse his girlfriend. He's nuts.
Yeah, he is.
He is.
Now, the Tesla board of directors are saying, let's calm down, everybody, calm down. We still want him to head up the company because he is, for whatever his flaws are, he is still dynamic and charismatic, and we like him.
Mm-hmm.
So
he's an idea guy.
Yeah.
We wish he was Tony Stark.
He's kind of Tony Stark.
But he's not.
But he's also kind of nutty.
He's stupid.
Yeah. Well, he's not stupid. He's just.
I don't know. Tony would do something to amuse his girlfriend, though. I could see him doing it.
Well, so it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. And then, that's kind of it.
Is that good?
I think so. Yeah.
All right. Sports, weather, traffic.
Coming September 27th through the 29th, Ryrie Woodbury Dance Company presents Splice, a dynamic program that returns 4 of the most compelling dances from the company's storied history. Get the details at theblocksslc.com. So you've got the Utes on the road this week.
You do?
Carrie, I know you're worried about Zach Moss. I think he's feeling better.
He's
somebody who plays a sport.
He's a running back for the Utes.
Running back is
it's a
football,
guy who
right?
they hand him the ball
And he
looks at
runs?
it and then he runs with it.
I think he's healthy.
And what's his name?
Zach Moss.
I'm very concerned about
Yeah.
him, yes.
They play tomorrow at 4. Washington, BYU play at 6:30, and RSL is on the road at Kansas City. That game is on Sunday at 3 p.m. Weather, we're going to be warmer today. I wore a sweater today.
Did you?
And it's going to be 85 today. So that was the poor choice. I'm willing fall to be here.
Do you check the weather before you get dressed?
Well, I should just know, though. It's my job to know.
You should know it in your bones. Is that what you're saying?
When you're getting ready in the morning,
Yeah.
do you look at your Weather Channel app and
I guess I should.
and say to myself, 85's too warm for a sweater.
Yeah.
I'll wear something light.
But so learn from my mistakes, because most people probably haven't got dressed yet. Wear something a little more summery. We've got a crash northbound 5600 West at I-80 in West Valley. The right shoulder is being affected there, but that's the only accident being reported. You can report something if you see it. Stuff in the road, animals running loose. 33986.
That it?
Yep.
So, I didn't really have an opportunity to watch any of the hearing yesterday, but I was, in my car listening on the radio a lot, and then when I was out of the car, I had it on my phone, and I was walking around with my phone to my ear like I was talking to somebody, but I was just listening to the hearing, and as I thought about it after it was over, and I thought about it today and this morning, I wondered, is that 5 minutes? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't say 5 minutes for a reason.
Well, I
I'm just
wasn't-
giving you an idea of where we need to go. Right.
So I thought she sounded very great and just very believable, and then Kavanaugh was tearful and angry, and there was just something skeevy about it.
Yes.
And I started to think about, well, okay, what would I? There's just it's just he said, she said at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And I started to think, well, now what would I do?
How would you handle it if you were accused of something?
Yeah. And if I thought I didn't do this, what would I do?
Because let me posit something to you.
Okay.
I think he thinks he didn't do this. I think this probably happened when he was blackout drunk. Now, what he's not admitting is that he can get blackout drunk.
That's kind of what it seems like.
I think he has zero memory of this and doesn't want to believe that he's capable of it. That's.
And see, I disagree.
You think he remembers it?
I think he remembers it. This is the desperate cries of a man who has never been questioned, who has never had to be held accountable for a damn thing because he's privileged white male.
Mm-hmm.
And it's unfair that you're doing this to him because it's his. It's supposed to be his. It's supposed to be mine.
I agree with that too.
That's what I think.
I agree with that.
But
I just know that, and as I watched little clips and I looked at pictures of his testimony, I thought the last thing I would do is be angry.
Oh, absolutely.
I would be so.
He's angry because of the reasons Carrie is saying.
So
That's
remorseful.
why he's angry.
I would be so remorseful. If there's any possibility, first of all, I would own up to the fact that I did a lot of drinking in high school and college. and because it's pretty damn clear that he did.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he's tried to to me, that's where he's been caught in a lie. That's the lie he's been caught in.
And it's such a tiny, stupid little lie.
And I would be saying, I did a lot of drinking in high school.
Yeah.
I did a lot of drinking in college.
I don't do that anymore. Although he kept saying,
Or-
I still like beer. I still drink beer.
Or I do all my drinking at home now.
Or something.
You know, where I'm just fine.
No, I think he would have
I
come
go down
across...
into the basement and I fall asleep.
He would have come across more sympathetic if he had said that. You know what? I drank a lot back then.
But if you say that, then there's the possibility that you did get blackout drunk and do it. And that's why he would never admit that. But the thing that really turned it for me, I mean, I admit I'm biased against him. I admit that. But when he, to a senator...
Yeah. Well, that's a boner candidate
Yeah.
coming up, too. That's...
When he said to Amy Klobuchar, when she asked him, have you ever gotten blackout drunk? Now, remember the process that we are in.
Yeah.
She is a senator. He is supposed to answer questions. It just showed to me when he looked at her and he says, well, you're talking about blackout. Do you?
Do you have the
Has
audio?
that ever
'Cause
happened to you?
I'd like to play that.
I'll find
audio.
that.
And I would amend that, Carrie, with she has talked about her
Yes.
father's struggle with alcoholism. What about you? Do it?
What about I would ask you the same thing or some along
What a
those lines.
dick.
And it was
He's a
at that
dick.
point that I went, you're an a-hole.
Yep.
And you have no respect for women, because I noticed every time that he talked to somebody on that day, as if they were a woman, he was on them.
Yep.
He was just on
He
them.
showed himself.
He showed himself. He was a misogynist and a drunk.
I tweeted that clip, Carrie. If you go to my Twitter
you?
feed,
Thank you.
I can resend it to you. But that little snippet of exchange.
So, but that's what I just.
Yeah.
And that was when I lost all faith in humanity.
So that's my. I just kept thinking today how, if I were there, you know, I wouldn't be angry. I'd just be
No. And
I
he
would
was-
be remorseful, and I would be.
And he was coached by Trump to be angry. Trump coached him to say, you know, because you got to winning. That's what this is all about. Right or wrong is not what it's about. It's about winning.
I'm going to tweet a picture too. Maybe a lot of you have seen it. It's he's testifying with all these women behind him. Yeah. Just
Although
at RFH Bill.
I am not defending him at all. But when that photo was taken, all of those women are like it's his mom and his wife, and that's at that point when he was crying. They're kind of crying with him. They're not horrified at what he's saying. I know you want to believe that's what they're doing, but that's when he was crying.
I think they're horrified.
No, they're crying with him. I've got a giveaway here we need to do quickly.
Yes, let's do that.
We've got the Venom screening that we're doing. It opens in theaters Friday, October 5th. Go to x96.com. We've got the trailer there if you want to see it. And we're giving away tickets to the screening. I believe these are guaranteed seats to Venom. So I'm going to give you this keyword, and you will text it to 33986. The keyword is not a word, it's a date, 1984. 1984. Text that to 33986.
All right. Let's see. Do you have traffic, Chief?
Just a wee bit. Things are running pretty smoothly so far this morning. Got a crash northbound 5600 west at I-80 in West Valley. The right shoulder's affected there. If you see something, let us know. Text it to us, 33986. Snowbird's annual Oktoberfest is here. Enjoy classic German beer, food, and music every Saturday and Sunday, including October 20th. Get all the details at snowbird.com.
You know, if you're like Gina, you don't check the weather, and you should, because you're going to be caught flat-footed, and it's going to be cold, and your furnace isn't working. So call Scott Hale Plumbing, Heating, and Air right away, and make sure your furnace is tuned up.
Do it now before you need it.
It's been off for quite some time, quite a few months. It's just been sitting there. You don't want to have that first cold morning and try to turn it on and nothing happening.
Yeah.
That sucks.
You don't want a breakdown. So when Scott Hale Plumbing, Heating, and Air comes, they can detect if anything's wrong, and if nothing's wrong, they just make sure that they make sure the belts are tight, and they do a little lubrication and that kind of stuff. And it's only $49 to do it, and that prevents urgent repair in the middle of winter. They're a fully licensed, insured, and bonded HVAC contractor for any kind of things that you need, air conditioning and heating. So call Scott Hale. It's 801-264-HALE. That's 264-HALE or scotthale.com.
X96 is the home of the 1 hour nonstop music wingding, and they happen 3 times per day. No, really, she does. Promise. Follow her on Twitter at RFHGina and find out for yourself. Radio from Hell on X96.
Is this sponsored?
Best question? Carrie, it's always sponsored by Prohibition.
Oh, yes.
Live bands, burlesque dancers, come see what everyone's whispering about. Prohibition, located at Fashion Place Mall in Murray, next to Nordstrom. Lineup and reservations at prohibitionutah.com. Best question of the week. You send those to us at any time. Perhaps you'll be inspired by something we talk about today and you have further questions about it. You might be.
Inspired by the Radio from
You
Hell show.
might be.
That's rich.
Put best question or meh question, if you prefer, in the subject line and send it to radiofromhell@x96.com. You could win a Prohibition gift card if we select your question as the best question of the week. We've been getting a lot of political questions, but we're talking so much about that in the news. I skipped through those.
Like what? I mean,
I don't know. Like we got one about.
They just want to argue.
Or no, not that.
Really?
We got one that's like, my family is super conservative. How do I deal with that? That kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you wish was president?
Mm-hmm.
And we talk about that a lot. So I tried to find one that wasn't that like that at all.
Okay.
This is Good Morning, Lords.
Hi.
A few days ago during check-ins, you asked what we missed. If you don't hear check-ins in the morning, by the way, right around 6 o'clock, we do check-ins, and Bill usually gives 3 words. So describe. And this must have been a day we said, "What's something you miss?" in 3 words
Something
or less.
from the past you miss.
And this person says, "I miss the small town feel of Salt Lake. Salt Lake is just getting so damn big lately. Traffic starts around 3 o'clock now these days. All these Californicators moving here." I just miss the small town we used to have. Now it just seems we're rapidly growing every day. I want to know what you all think about that.
Somebody misses Small Lake City?
It's still Small Lake City.
It is pretty small.
Regardless of how big you think it's getting, it's still pretty small.
I mean, I remember when this is all farmland.
As far as the eye can see.
I think it's growing in great ways, and one of the best is we have so many good restaurants now.
See, that was going to be my answer, is that when it was Small Lake City, we had so few good bars and restaurants. Yeah. And now we're starting to get more, and they're starting to spread throughout the valley. And
and they're coming back to downtown.
Yeah.
Main Street's getting full of really interesting new bars and restaurants. And
Salt Lake feels small or big, depending on what you want out of it.
Yeah.
It can feel kind of small if you just confine yourself to downtown. Mm-hmm. But there's a lot of stuff out in West Valley that a lot of us don't do. Like I went to a ramen place with Bad Brad Wheeler the other day out in West Valley, and it was great. I mean, it was just great. And there were a lot of kind of hipster people there who know about it, you know. And we need to do more of that kind of thing. Spread out a little bit.
Well, yeah. I mean, down at when Daybreak opened. I remember when it opened, and we did some remotes out there. And the only thing out there was just like fast food and chains, and that was it. And now there's a really fine restaurant.
Well, it's the Mediterranean people.
The Mediterranean people, yeah. And they're starting to get more fine dining out there, and places that aren't just fast food and chains and things like that. It's really starting to spread and get better. So I disagree with our best question person.
Well, no, he thinks it is getting too big. It's getting too big.
No, I want it to get bigger.
Yeah, but this guy misses the small Lake City.
I would say kind of what Bill's been saying is, yes, we are growing, but I think we still retain that feel.
It's still Small Lake City.
You get a feel. It's still, but if you want a small town feel, go up to Ogden.
There you go.
Spend some time in Ogden. That's where you get the everybody kind of bands together and they go, oh yeah, well we're Ogden, okay, and we know each other, and just get away from us. If you don't like it, you can leave.
Yeah, and I welcome the Californians that are coming. Come join us. Sit down. Tell us stories of what it's like to be living in a grown-up state.
Yeah.
Why did you move here is my first question for you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what exactly they're missing. I was talking to Ashley, our dental hygienist, yesterday, and her husband, well, I don't know if I should out that, but he works in an office where people can transfer here from all over the country. And she said the people from the East Coast who transfer here, they love it here. They want, and they transfer
from
here.
the East Coast?
Yeah, they transfer here and they say, boy, we don't want to ever go back.
Really?
We want to come here and stay here. And I hear that from a lot of Easterners. They come here and they go, nope, boy, I'm never going back.
Really?
Never going back east.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I love it here. I mean,
and then I get the well, you know, if you're complaining about not being able to be a grown up here, why don't you move? Hey, I've tried. No.
It's easier to be a grown up here than it ever has been.
It is, but no. The reason that I don't move is I'm staying here to make it better. I mean, I don't have kids to pass this along to, but a lot of you are my kids, if you know what I mean. So I want to make this place better eventually for you.
And it is.
And
I think
it's getting there.
We're getting more interesting things to do. We've got the Eccles Theater now, which we're getting.
And you know, there's great art. There's great artistic. There's a great artistic community here. We have several fine dance companies, theater companies. We have the Broadway Theater. You know, the Salt Lake Film Society. There's really a lot of art to do, and yet we still have kind of a small town feel in a lot of ways.
I think so.
So it's
great bars, clubs, and restaurant. The geek scene is just the best here. You know, it's So yeah, I
guess we're all in agreement that it's
we welcome the.
The growth is good.
Growing a little, but still has a nice feel.
It's still Small Lakes.
We like it here.
Yes. All right, that's good enough.
You don't like it? Get out. And you should have no trouble getting out because traffic isn't. Part of his complaint was the traffic, and right now it's not bad at all. The only accident I have to tell you about is northbound Bangor Highway at 21st South in Salt Lake. If you see something, you can text it to us, 33986.
Well, I was driving home yesterday from the dentist, and I was coming along Foothill, and I was going north, and everybody's going south on Foothill. Boy, that's ugly.
That is.
Oh.
That's a bad time of day out there. Everyone leaving the U.
Here are your boner candidates for round one coming up in just a minute. Boner candidate number one, so we can't do it anymore? She ruined the mud pit for everybody? Boner candidate number two, well, I mean, she's pleasing. And boner candidate number three, hey, thanks for the free ride, boys. Allow me to celebrate.
All right, so we got round one of your boners, big boy news coming up. Stand by for all of that at 8 o'clock. Eric Griffin from Workaholics is going to be here in studio. He's in town. So stand by for that.
X96 for Friday's Exposed. Well, I'm going to have brand new music.
I call this poem, I Hate X96. I can ride the wildest bronco in the wild and woolly west. I can take him, I can break him, let him do his level best. I can handle any cattle, ever wore a coat of hair. Hell, I've even had to tussle with a mean old grizzly bear. But there's one thing I can't handle, it nearly makes me sick. I gotta listen to that god-awful music just to hear my poems on X96. Oh, it's nice of Carrie and Bill to play my poems on the radio, but God, that music they put on about makes my lunch chunks blow. Who are these violent femmes Their songs just make me sick. And then there's that Morrissey, a whining limey prick. When that 9 Inch Nails feller sings closer, it makes me feel mighty mean. And them 2 cute boys from Eraser are the biggest sissies I've ever seen. Give me country music from Bocephus, from Merle, and from Willie. I don't want no caterwauling from The Cure, or bands with names that are downright silly, like Hoodoo Gurus, Gene Loves Jezebel, Weezer, and Ween, and MC 900-Foot Jesus. Jesus, what the hell does that mean? I wish I could do my cowboy poems on a station with good old boys what plays country tunes, instead of that X96 with its long-haired, earring-wearing, sissified, sushi-eating, devil-worshipping goons. There is one good thing about X96. Heed my words if you wanna. At least them immoral bastards don't play them skank hooer songs by Madonna. I'm Conway Skinner.
Be a part of the Radio from Hell show on X96. Call 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
All right, 7:18 right now, and it is time for round one of your boner voting.
Oh, our dentist is listening, by the way.
Good morning, Dr.
Hi,
Carroll.
Dr. Carroll.
He's a Texan I like.
He's a Texan.
He's the only Texan I will allow in my mouth.
That's my sign-off. That's my sign-off.
Anyway, round one of your boner voting, 3 news stories that are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior, and you will decide with your vote who is the worst, who is the most deserving to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day. Yeah, you win here, you're the winner of round one, bravo. You're still not boner of the day. You've got to defeat the winner of round two's voting. Yeah, we do this again at 8:20 with 3 more candidates, 3 different ones. And we'll take the winner of each round, then we'll throw them into the Boner Dome at 9:20. That's when boner fight happens. That's when you decide boner of the day. So pick your champion for round one now. 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, then you will vote. And one of you lucky random boner voters will receive.
Will receive a gift card to go have some fun at Fat Cats.
Here's boner candidate number 1. So we can't do it anymore? She ruined the mud pit for everybody. A Missouri school has agreed to pay over $400,000 to a cheerleader following a back-to-class event that ended up with her being stomped on in a muddy pit. Megan Taylor said she was pushed from behind and fell on her face in what other students described as a mosh pit during a How Night, an annual event at Kickapoo High School, sponsored by the Student Council, when court records about the case became available. I started screaming, telling them to get off because I was feeling really crushed. And I felt like everything was kind of getting squished, she said during a 2017 deposition. And then I felt my shoulder pop. The then 17-year-old senior repeatedly lost consciousness and was dragged to safety by a fellow student, while other teens continued to shove, scream, jump, and slather mud on each other. Ms. Taylor, who is now 25, ended up with a fractured collarbone, injured heart. She suffered 4 strokes that left her with permanent brain damage, including severe dementia and temporary blindness. She missed nearly 2/3 of her senior year and was diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder. In a suit filed 3 years ago against the Springfield Public School District and then Principal David Schmitz, she said the muddy pit wasn't properly supervised and that school employees took too long to render emergency aid. I don't know how you properly supervise a muddy mosh pit.
Well, you have a pit attendant.
I see. The school settled the suit this summer, agreeing to pay out $423,106 plus the cost of medication to Taylor, who now goes to Missouri Southern State University. Boner candidate number 1. So we can't do it anymore? She ruined the mud pit for everybody. Here's boner candidate number 2. Well, I mean, she's pleasing. One of the Republican senators on the Judiciary Committee, listening to the testimony of Christine Blasey Ford, told reporters that the woman who accused Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh of sexual assault is an attractive, good witness. I don't think she's uncredible, said Senator Orrin Hatch, the senior senator from Utah, when asked during the lunch break in Ford's testimony. I think she's an attractive, good witness. When CNN asked what he meant by, what do you mean by attractive, Senator Hatch? He responded, well, she's pleasing. Hatch's comments on Ford are significant, given that all Republican members of the Senate Judiciary Committee are men.
Yep.
And that they elected to have a female outside counsel, Maricopa, Arizona Deputy County Attorney Rachel Mitchell, pursue their line of questioning during the hearing. Matt Whitlock, a spokesman for Hatch, tried to defend the use of the term attractive in a series of tweets after the remarks were made public. Hatch uses attractive to, describe personalities.
Honest.
Not appearances.
He's so creepy, icky.
He's lost it. If you search past quotes, you'll see that he's used it consistently for years for men and women.
For men? I don't think he has.
And if you just want to pile on from yesterday, he actually said, because they interviewed people in the hallway.
Right.
And he said he was a teenager. What? How that's an excuse for anything?
It's not.
Like
Not an
almost
excuse.
implying, if it's true,
Mm-hmm.
so what? He was a teenager. We were all teenagers.
Yeah.
No.
Boner candidate. Oh, when asked if he'd learned anything new, Hatch said, no, I haven't. At least I can't think of anything. Boner candidate number 2. I mean, she's pleasing.
By the way, that reminds me, the whole but he was a teenager comment. In my podcast, I have a podcast.
You have a podcast?
It's Remain Seated with Gina Barberi podcast. New episode today. Festus and I talk about that very thing, about they were just teenagers. All teenagers do this. Posted later today.
Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. Thanks for the free ride, boys. Allow me to celebrate.
Boner candidate number 3 for round 1 coming up after this big boy news and opinioendo brought to you by.
At Rocky Mountain Power, everything they create is to power your greatness. So keep going and know they're here for you. Learn more at poweringgreatness.com.
Well, I know one person who will be very, very, very excited about this, and I assume there will be many others. Sisters, get ready to sing. The Freedom Network. There's a TV network called Freedom.
I'm skeptical.
I don't know
already.
Have announced that they will air a star-studded Hocus Pocus 25th anniversary special on Saturday, October 20th. The new special, Hocus Pocus 25th anniversary Halloween Bash, will air as part of the network's new 31 Nights of Halloween programming block. The celebration of the cult classic film's anniversary will feature interviews with Sarah Jessica Parker, Kathy Najimy, Omri Katz, Thora Birch, Doug Jones, Amanda Shepard, Larry Bagby, Jason Marsden, Tobias Jelinek.
This is a story for your daughter, isn't
yes.
it?
Yes, my older daughter, Julie, loves Hocus Pocus, and there are a huge number of
Cult
fans
following.
out there. Yeah, it just it has a huge cult following. But I don't know what that network is. Do you?
Somebody says it used to be the Hallmark Channel.
Oh, maybe. Okay, there you go. That will be very exciting for a lot of people, and that's most of the cast there. I think.
No, Hallmark is still Hallmark. ABC Family is Freedom.
Okay.
No, I thought ABC Family was Freeform. Is it Freeform or Freedom?
It says here Freedom.
I don't know.
But
I
that
just
could
do
be
a
an
search. I never pay attention to what station it is. I just search the
Because
title.
I've never heard of the Freedom Network,
I
but
have
Freeform
not
is.
It could be a misprint, but
a misprint.
It does say Freedom. Here down lower it says Freedom. Freeform.
Freeform.
Yeah.
So that's the formerly ABC Family.
Okay, Freeform.
That's where Cloak and Dagger and some of those.
Okay. A fall salmon ritual.
False?
A fall.
Oh, fall.
As an autumn salmon ritual.
Okay.
Has turned into a popular activity for many people in Weber County.
Oh, up Causey?
At Causey Reservoir.
Oh.
And many people are getting hurt because of it, calling out search and rescue crews. Officials say that they have helped rescue now 3 injured hikers on the Skull Crack Trail in the past 2 weeks. Weber County search and rescue officials said that they think that the spot's growing popularity has to do with social media. Actually, had some friends that posted on Instagram, and I saw it said Monica Alter. The Alter family went out for a day together on Thursday, like many others. Mom saw a post on social media about the spawning salmon in Weber Canyon, so they headed out to Skull Crack Trail near Causey. The kids were super excited. We thought we'd come up and give it a try, but the family, not familiar with Causey, came prepared for their hike, and they weren't prepared well enough. There was an injury, and apparently this is happening way too much. The salmon spawn every year, I guess, in Causey, or the little stream there.
Near there, yeah.
Yeah. You know about this, Gina.
Mhm.
Have you? No, you haven't.
No, I don't do
No.
things.
There are a few more days
I'm
left.
aware of things. I don't do things.
I don't do them. I'm just aware of them. But apparently there's a salmon run, and it's going on for a few more days.
So no amateur salmon run.
Yeah, no, don't. If you're an amateur, don't go look at the salmon run. A man with a gunshot wound was taken into a Preston, Idaho hospital Thursday morning, where he died. But the people who brought him into the hospital said he had suffered the fatal wound at a mobile home park in Layton, Lakeview Estates.
Why so far away to go to the
Well,
hospital?
It's a mystery.
Yeah.
The Layton Police Department was notified of the fatality Thursday at 9 a.m., said Lieutenant Travis Lyman, a public information officer of the department. Now they're investigating the death as a homicide. Police believe the man was shot sometime between Wednesday and Thursday. Lyman didn't know what time the 3 arrived at the hospital in Preston. Layton officers went out to Lakeview Estates, the mobile home park, where they found bullet holes in the wall of one of the mobile homes. 7 people were at the home. Police have been interviewing them. No arrests were made.
You fit 7 people in a mobile home? That's a lot of people in a mobile home. Isn't it?
Yeah,
No.
but no, not necessarily.
All right.
Lyman noted that there were, you don't really have much familiarity with mobile homes.
Seems like a lot of people.
No. Lyman noted that there were no reports of shots fired or a shooting incident made to Layton police on Wednesday night. There are big mobile homes and small mobile homes, Gina. They come in all sizes.
I've never seen one big enough that 7 people would be comfortable, though.
Well, I have. Brett Kavanaugh practically embodied an all-caps scream on Thursday in his testimony before the Senate Judiciary Committee. At first yelling, then breaking down in tears, the embattled Supreme Court nominee denied the allegations against him, attacked the partisans who raised them, and portrayed himself as an aggrieved victim. He's the victim.
He's
here.
the victim.
Kavanaugh stands accused by Christine Blasey Ford of sexually assaulting her when they were both teenagers. 2 other women have also accused Kavanaugh of sexual misconduct. Blasey Ford spent the morning telling the committee her story, smiling congenially at the senators on the panel, and sometimes choking up. There were no smiles from Kavanaugh. This has destroyed my family, my good name, a good name built up through decades of very hard work and public service at the highest levels of government, he told the Judiciary Committee. It's an outrage, he told Senator Dianne Feinstein in response to her questions as to why he didn't demand an FBI investigation. A joke, a farce, Kavanaugh said, talking about the accusations of Julie Swetnick, who claims that the judge was present at a party where she was raped. Kavanaugh's apparent strategy is called DARVO, short for deny, attack, reverse, victim, and offender.
I'm the victim here.
Yeah.
The term was coined by Jennifer Freed, a psychologist at the University of Oregon. She first started thinking about that formulation watching Anita Hill testify before the Senate Judiciary Committee decades ago. She said that in her view, Kavanaugh was definitely using that technique on Thursday. All the parts are there, she said. An innocent man, unjustly accused, but facing a job interview of his life, didn't have to react the way Kavanaugh did.
No.
Wildly angry.
He could have been
emotional.
humble. He could have
feeling.
been.
Well, that's what I was saying earlier.
Yeah.
I just kept thinking about that. I kept thinking, what would I have done?
Couldn't he have been like, you know what? This has made me think about my teenage years and my early college years,
And I did-
again,
and
I'm not proud of my behavior there. I've changed.
I did a lot of drinking, but I don't think I did this. I had no memory of this. Yeah, I did a lot of drinking, but
if he'd been humble,
honest
it
to
would have been
God, I
different.
don't remember any of that kind of behavior.
But no, he was.
No, you can tell he feels that he's owed this position.
He was aggressively defensive.
I mean, that's what I just can't. I couldn't fathom that when I heard how angry he was, and that left-wing conspiracy bullcrap just drove me up the
Because
wall.
he's entitled to this. His whole life has been leading up to this.
Exactly.
And
Entitlement. Exactly.
Senate panel says that they will vote today on the Kavanaugh nomination. Committee Chairman Chuck Grassley had tentatively scheduled the vote earlier this week, pending the outcome of the testimony. There will be a vote tomorrow morning, Lindsey Graham said. I'm going to have a cup of sweet tea, and then I'm going to get out there and we're going to vote. Donald Trump, I meant to mention this the other day, just to lighten up we're using Donald Trump to lighten up the mood.
I
here.
don't know if it'll work.
No, it will. It
All
will.
right.
Listen,
okay.
when he was having his news conference at the UN, he called on a foreign news reporter by referring to him as Mr. Kurd. While taking questions, he called on the reporter and said, yes, please, Mr. Kurd, go ahead. The reporter, identified by the New York Times as Kurdistan TV reporter Rahim Rashidi, so he's from Kurdistan.
He's from Kurdistan.
He's a Kurd.
Mr. Kurd. He didn't seem disturbed by the reference and thanked Trump for calling on him. Thank you, Mr. President, for your time, he replied, and asked Trump about the U.S. relationship with Kurds, what it'll be like now that ISIS has apparently been defeated. But, Mr. Kurd. His name is not Mr. Kurd. And let's see. Oh, if you want to get a free tattoo in Long Beach, you can, if you don't mind getting a tattoo with an Arby's theme. More than 200 food fanatics stood in line at Port City Tattoos in Long Beach for free tattoos. One tattoo per person. The designs,
Only one?
one tattoo per person, featured a mixture of American traditional style tattoos, and they're actually not bad looking, with Arby's sandwiches and logos. Among the designs were a dagger stabbing an Arby's sandwich with their slogan, "We have the meats," and a panther with a sandwich in its mouth. Some opted for a simpler option, a single curly fry. There were 15 design choices in all. Arby's handed out free sandwiches to everyone getting a tattoo. I think I I think I tweeted earlier a story about it at RFH Bill, which shows all of the different designs.
All the Arby's tattoo options.
They were actually kind of cool looking, some of them. I mean, I would never get an Arby's tattoo, but, you know.
Apparently people did.
For a free tattoo and a sandwich, maybe. All right.
All right. How about a horsey sauce packet?
Weather, traffic?
Weather, I didn't look at the weather before I got dressed this morning, and I'm wearing a sweater, and I will be regretting that about 1 o'clock today,
Well,
I think.
I don't know. You know why they call them sweaters, don't you? Because they sweat you.
86 for a high today, which is nice. But, traffic, we've got a crash southbound I-15 at 200 North in Kaysville, the right shoulder being affected there. Crash northbound I-15 86 South in Salt Lake, that is also off to the right shoulder. Crash northbound Bangor Highway 21st South in Salt Lake. Well, looks like that's about it. If you see anything, you can text it to us, 33986. When your fender can't fend for itself, get it to Gerber. Gerber Collision and Glass. 5 area locations. Go to gerbercollision.com and get it to Gerber.
Here's boner candidate number 3. Thanks for the free ride, boys. Allow me to celebrate. Lincoln, Nebraska. Lincoln police cited a man for drinking an alcoholic beverage. Well, here's what happened.
Okay.
Just before midnight, September 26th, Lincoln police said they found 38-year-old Reuben Rollins intoxicated on the street, trying to get to his brother's house. Well, the Lincoln police said, look, we'll give you a ride and to your brother's house. We'll be good, nice, drunk. We'll give you a ride to your brother's house.
Okay.
Thanks, man. So he gets into the back seat of the police cruiser. They're on the way to his brother's house, and what do they hear? The sound of a beer can opening. And there he is, drinking a can of Hurricane malt liquor.
Of course.
In the back of the police cruiser.
It was just in his pocket?
He was cited for having an open container of an alcoholic beverage in a car, and he was sent to jail. Boner candidate number 3. Thanks for the free ride, boys. Allow me to celebrate.
All right, let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1. So we can't do it anymore. She ruined the mud pit for everybody. A school in Missouri, I believe it was. Yeah, Kickapoo High School. Paying a cheerleader $400,000. She was severely stomped in a muddy pit at a high school event and severely injured, and she was paid $400,000 for her injuries, and of course, they can't do the mud pit anymore. Boner candidate number 2, well, I mean, she's pleasing Senator Hatch on Blasey Ford. She's the Kavanaugh accuser. When asked about her as a witness, she says, well, she's very attractive. What? Well, I mean, she's pleasing. And boner candidate number 3, thanks for the free ride, boys.
All right. Here we go. This is round 1 of your boner voting. You've got to decide of these 3 candidates which one is the worst. Which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and get that chance to become boner of the day. If it wins here, it's just the winner of round 1. It's not boner of the day yet. It has to defeat the winner of round 2's voting when we do this again at 8:20 with 3 more candidates. And we take the 2 winners, winner of each round, and put them into the boner fight at 9:20. That's when boner of the day is decided. So pick your champion for round 1 now. 1, 2, or 3. Remember your candidate number, put it in the message of a text, and text that to 33986. Or call 877-602-9696. Or go online and look for the box that says Boner Voting September 28 and vote there. You've got 300 seconds. Let's go. It's round 1.
It is the 23rd century. Humans have left the lowly confines of planet Earth and have sought their destiny among the stars. While many things have changed, one constant remains: the need for young men to venture forth and do the work of the Lord. This is the tale of 2 such men who at the age of 19 have answered the call of their general authorities and are embarking on a 2-year mission to spread the gospel throughout the galaxy. This is the story of Space Elders. today we find our elders roaming a desolate, uncharted, dark, smelly planet, looking for someone or something to convert. It is sometime between breakfast and lunch.
Oh, man, I don't feel so well.
I warned you against eating eggs you found in the middle of nowhere on a planet that isn't even on the map.
But I was hungry. Besides, they were tasty.
Well, if you don't feel well now, you have no one to blame but yourself. Come on, we're falling behind schedule.
How can we have a schedule on a planet with nothing on it?
We won't know if this planet is uninhabited until we explore some more of it. Come on, let's go.
What the flip? Lehigh, help!
Ew! Butch, it looks like your breakfast isn't setting well with you. What the heck is that? Looks like the planet is inhabited after all.
Get it off me!
Stand back. I'll take care of it.
Oh, hi, ma'am. Who are you? And why in heaven's name are you pointing what appears to be a flamethrower at my companion?
Name's Ripley. Lieutenant Ripley, and I'm about to torch that little critter before it gets a chance to make a run for it.
Hi, my name is Newt.
Well, it's nice to meet you both. I'm Elder Christiansen, and this is Elder Jensen.
Hi.
We represent the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
You know, the Mormons.
We were wondering if you'd ever heard of our church, and if so, if you'd like to learn more.
Enough with the chit-chat. I need to kill that monster before it grows any bigger and has a chance to fight back. Now, Lehigh, wasn't it? If you would just stand back a bit so I can get a clear shot at your friend's chest.
What?
I will do no such thing. All that little critter has done is ruined a perfectly good suit for Mr. Mac, and as long as there's a chance in heck of converting either it or its mother, we would prefer that you leave it be.
Do what you have to do. God knows I will.
Look out, Butch!
Burn, you bastard, burn. Sorry, I meant the alien thing, not your companion.
Butch? You okay? Butch, speak to me.
Is this the end of Butch? Will Lehigh take a shot at converting the alien queen despite the charbroiling of one of her offspring by Lieutenant Ripley? Will Newt get to say anything else in this episode? Tune in next time to hear...
Say, Lehigh, you know, these things aren't half bad cooked, you know. Hey, has anybody got any Tabasco sauce?
In the next titty-twisting episode of Space Elders!
Bill, and Gina on X96.
All right, let's see. It's 7:45. Time to award round one of your boner.
I'm pleased that I didn't know what comedian he was ripping off until I think right at the very end.
Jeff Foxworthy.
When he said "get her done."
Well,
no,
that's
not Jeff.
That was a double reference.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just don't worry about
Yeah,
it.
I'm glad I don't know.
Just let stuff slide. It'll
I'm
be
really
fine.
glad. All right, so
Brought to you in part by
the boner of the day. This round one brought to you in part by. Well, it was a Harvest supper salad.
And Fantastic Sam's cut and color services, just like what you'd get at a high-end salon, but without the high-end price. No appointment needed. Just walk right in. For a salon location near you, go to fantasticsams.com/Utah.
Boner candidate number one was, so we can't do it anymore. She ruined the mud pit for everybody. School paying out a big settlement to a cheerleader who was severely injured at a high school function, a mud pit that they had for graduation. And they, of course, canceled the mud pit now, ruining things for everybody. Boner candidate number two, well, I mean, she's pleasing. Senator Hatch on the Kavanaugh accuser, Christine Blasey Ford. I mean, she's attractive. She's a good way. I mean, she's pleasing. I didn't learn anything new, ever. Boner candidate number three, hey, thanks for the free ride, boys. Allow me to celebrate. Lincoln, Nebraska man cited for drinking in the back of the police cruiser. They were giving him a ride to his brother's house, and he decided he'd celebrate by drinking a beer in the back of the police cruiser. Ben won a Fat Cats gift card, and it's interesting to me that we have the conservatives listening to the show and the liberals listening to the show. So we had probably close to 100 votes when we figured that the number one and number three, that's about 100 votes between the two of those.
Mm-hmm.
But winning with 180 votes, boner candidate number two, I mean, she's pleasing.
Pleasing.
Orrin Hatch. And I want to thank all the conservatives for listening to the show and voting.
That is the winner of round one. It is now qualified to be boner of the day. It must defeat the winner of round two's voting. We'll do that at 8:20. And then we'll take both candidates and throw them into the Boner Dome for Boner Fight at 9:20. That's when you'll decide Boner of the Day and Boner of the Week shortly thereafter.
It just occurred to me that I should have alerted Gina to this.
What?
And asked if you wanted to come with me.
Where?
To the Zen, the Zendo as they call it, where I go to. I go there once or twice a week. To the Zendo, on Sundays there's a talk on Zen meditation, and then usually on Thursday I go and there's a meditation session where you sit with some other people and just essentially you just meditate.
Yeah.
But tomorrow I'm going to learn how to sit.
You're going to learn how to sit.
Yeah.
Now I'm an expert at this.
This is true. Remain seated.
So maybe I could have saved myself. It's going to cost me some money to do it.
It costs money to learn how to sit.
So maybe I could have saved some money. I could have just watched you. But maybe there's more to sitting than
the art of sitting.
Yeah, maybe there's more to sitting than either of us realize. I think there is. Maybe you can learn
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
So there's an art to. I like the idea of the art of sitting. Yeah. I like that.
So you claim to be really good at sitting.
Sure, I can do it for hours
without moving.
Or
do you shift around a lot when you sit?
I could sit still, but I feel like I should shift.
You fidget, though.
I feel like I should.
You're a fidgeter. I've noticed that.
Yeah.
You like your leg is always fidgeting.
I bounce my leg.
Yeah. Do you do that, Gary? Are you a fidgeter? I'm not much of a fidgeter.
I can be.
I do occasionally.
I can be a fidgeter, and when I do, my wife makes it very clear that this displeases her.
It irritates her?
Yes.
Why? Do you know?
I don't know. I'll just be sitting there, and like my toe will be moving, and she'll reach over and grab my leg and go, "Stop that."
I think the fidgeters irritate the non-fidgeters.
Yeah.
So with Zen, with meditation, you're supposed to sit as still as possible. It's really hard.
Yes.
when you do it for 35 minutes or 40 minutes, and then you know, some people can do it for.
And are you sitting in a chair or on the floor? Or
so with Zen meditation, and I don't know about other forms. I think with other forms you can sit in a chair if you are physically unable.
Because I've been doing the Headspace app with my daughter.
Right.
And we do it at night together. And in it, he says, you know, you sit in a chair with your hands in your lap and your feet on the floor.
Yeah. And that's fine. Yeah, if you are physically unable to do it any other way, they'll say, sure, fine, chair. And in the Zendo, there are cushions on the floor, but there are also some chairs in there if you are physically unable to do it another way. So anyway, this seminar, it's 7 hours long.
What's 7 hours long?
This one thing I'm going to tomorrow.
The learn how to sit thing?
The art of sitting.
For 7 hours?
Yeah. Now I don't think we're going to be sitting for 7 hours, but it's something that I've heard of before. It's called the Feldenkrais method, and it's a body movement method, kind of like it's kind of like yoga in a way.
So you're not sitting. You're moving.
You're moving. You're learning. You're learning body alignment, and so it's designed to hopefully teach you to sit for long periods of time without physical stress. Because if you sit for 35 minutes in a certain position, you start to sweat. Parts of your body start to shake. Parts of your body start to go to sleep.
Now, if you ask a doctor, is a doctor going to tell you it's a good thing to sit without moving for 30 minutes, 40 minutes?
I think it's okay if you're not.
Why am I told that?
If you do it okay.
Why am I told that when I'm on an airplane, I should get up and walk around once an hour? They tell you it's not good to just sit on an airplane.
Because the way you're sitting, the body will start. The blood will start to pool in your feet and that kind of thing. But I think if you are sitting correctly,
it's okay to do.
That won't happen, presumably. Anyway, it'll be interesting to find out. It's taught by a married couple. I'm just kind of curious. Plus, I have back issues and that kind of stuff.
Well, yeah, isn't that going to be bad for your back?
Well, I asked them, and the man of the couple said, "I've had back surgery myself, and this will be perfect for you. Actually, it'll help you find ways around that." Okay, I'm in. I'm just curious, 7 hours, what I'm going to be doing, but I'll let you know.
I'm just curious how you have 7 hours to go do something.
I'm just hoping, Dylan, where's that? Did you put up that other picture? I'm just hoping I don't end up like, I sent him another picture. I sent to x96.com/live. There was another pic that, I hope I don't end up like that.
I can't tell what that is.
It's a skeleton holding a heart.
Why would you?
It's on their website. I don't know.
That's not a selling point.
No,
I don't know why that's on their website. It's because it has to do with the alignment of your skeleton. That's why it's there, I presume.
This music is making me.
Well,
it's soothing, isn't it?
It is 8 hours of Zen Buddhist meditation music for mindfulness meditation.
This makes me want to be getting a facial.
That's what it's like when I got a facial this week too. But when you're meditating at the Zendo, no music.
You know, if I could meditate while I was getting a facial, that would be the perfect way.
Well, you should
do that.
You should. It's putting the audience to sleep too, you know.
Someone wants to know, Gina, if you get up and walk around every hour during a movie.
No.
So it's.
Don't. I hate people that do that.
And you shouldn't get up and walk around on the plane either.
Why not?
Because it's irritating to other people.
I don't care. I don't want a blood clot.
It's pretty clear that you don't care about irritating other people because you do it all the time here.
You want a blood clot? I don't want a blood clot.
I'll give you a blood clot.
Listen, neither of you are being very zen right now.
That's
okay?
right. That's true. I'm sorry.
Come on.
Yeah, that's why I shouldn't go with you, Bill. You wouldn't be able to meditate with me there.
I'd love to take you to Zen sometime. If I go to a Star, you didn't go to A Star Is Born last night, did you?
No, I didn't. We're gonna go I think we should go together. That's a whole different thing. There's no meditating there.
I'll go to A Star Is Born. You should come to Zen one time. See how with me and Brad. That'd be interesting.
I want you to focus right now on Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper.
Does he sing in it?
Yes.
He sings in it, doesn't
yes,
he?
he does. He got tips from
Eddie Vedder.
His good friend Eddie Vedder.
That's weird.
Why is that weird?
Well, I don't think of him as being I don't know what it is about him that I have never quite liked. But I think I'm going to come away from this liking him.
I think you are.
And that is a lesson.
It is indeed.
All right.
Crash northbound I-15, 110th South in South Jordan. Left shoulder being affected there. Signal problems at Pioneer Crossing and Corey Ride Highway. Crash southbound I-15, 200 north in Kaysville. Right shoulder being affected there. Crash northbound I-15, 86 south. Looks like we've got some significant slowing. I-15 northbound coming from around Point of the Mountain going into downtown Salt Lake. The Downtown Dine Around runs September 28th through the 14th. Enjoy amazing deals at local restaurants. Choose from $5 or $10 2-item lunches, $15, $25, or $35 3-course dinners. For a list of participating restaurants, visit dinearound.com.
All right, thank you very much. Is Eric here, Richie? Is he?
I saw him.
Oh, he is here?
Okay.
Eric Griffin from Workaholics is going to be here in the studio after these. Stand by. KXRK Provo.
Hi, this is Todd Newcomb. Every Sunday morning at 9, join me as I take you back to the era of dial-up internet.
America's most trusted newsman on X96, Radio from Hell.
All right.
Hello.
Eric Griffin is here.
Hi, Eric. It says here, Eric, that you are a towering force of comedy.
Oh, come on.
It says it right there.
We're gonna look at my bio. You can't read that stuff.
Well, who wrote it?
I think my mom was a part of that.
Yeah.
Eric is in town to perform at the Wise Guys Comedy Club, which is the downtown one?
The downtown one. Tonight, tomorrow, come on out and see me. You know, there'll be no boofing.
No boofing.
That's good to know.
You know, I think I'm a worldly guy. I had no idea. Boofing.
Yeah, I've never. What is that?
I mean, I've heard of doing that, but I didn't know there was a word for it.
Here's the scary part. You think about this. In 30 years from now, if there's something like this again, then they're going to have social media to look at. You know, then it's going to be on somebody's Facebook page.
Yep.
You're going to be like, I'm noticing on your Facebook page you were at a party.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know if that stuff's fair. I don't know if that's a fair thing to like look at somebody's yearbook and look at their past and pick something out and then try to characterize them as that.
How about this? How about he just doesn't lie about it?
No.
If it's just high school pranks and shenanigans, then own up to it.
Yeah, but the thing is like you own up to it in that room, then they're going to turn it around and make it seem like, you know, you're a boofer. We can't.
Well, I mean, it is the Supreme Court.
Yeah,
Do
I don't
we
want
want
a boofer on the Supreme
Well,
Court.
we don't want a human being on the Supreme Court.
I think we already have a boofer on the Supreme Court, so
Exactly.
might as well have another one. Eric,
been around a while.
Eric is in. Let's see. What do you? Now I'm dying up here is what I know you from.
Yes.
Is that still going to be?
You know what? I don't know. We haven't heard yet, but we did 20 great episodes of TV, and if you could still binge watch it, check that out. I'm dying up here. Then I was on Workaholics for a while, so people know me from that.
Carrie liked you in.
He liked me. You're the worst.
You're the worst, and the Patrick
Blunt
Stewart
Talk.
show.
I was on Blunt Talk with good old
Blunt
Patrick
Talk.
Stewart.
Yep.
Yeah, so that was fun. So I've been a lot of weird characters on TV for the past 13 years.
So I've never seen your stand-up. Is it character-driven stand-up, or is it more stories?
No. I'm observational, and I know we're in Salt Lake City, so we should tell people I may be a little blue. If you're coming for a family show, stay home. I know how that is here.
Well, I think people expect when they go to Wise Guys most of the time.
Yes,
they know they're going to get adult stuff.
You'd be surprised, man. We live in such a sensitive time that people go to comedy shows and they're like, "Whoa, this guy's saying
Now, see
jokes."
that I can't forgive.
I know.
You're going to a comedy show.
You know what you're getting into.
Yeah. You don't go to a strip club and complain about nudity.
Yeah,
right.
You know
I mean,
Exactly.
everybody has one of these. You can take out your phone and do a quick search to see what sort of
Eric Griffin.
Eric Griffin. What kind of stuff? Oh, I don't like that. I won't go.
Right,
or,
right.
Or
like, ooh, this might be fun.
Or this might be fun.
Yeah. What did you get your start? What do you do?
Well, I'm from Los Angeles originally, and I just was always the funny guy, and then I decided, like, in 2003, I was like, you know what, I don't want to wake up 50 and be like I didn't follow my dreams.
Good for you.
Yeah. So and here I am, living the dream in Salt Lake City.
Is it?
Hey, man, I've been all over the world doing stand-up. I've been to the Middle East. I've been to, I've been to Europe. I've been to all over the United States.
Great.
And the United States is a beautiful place. People always think vacation, and they think, oh, we got to go to Europe or we got to go to some island. But, man, there's a lot of beautiful places right here in the United States. In Montana and Idaho. There's all kinds of places here that people don't know.
Is there a
hidden gems?
Is there a comedian that made you go, that I want to do that?
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy.
Really? Yeah, when I was a kid, I saw Delirious and Raw and Saturday Night Live, and I was like, man, this guy, how funny this guy is, Just
God, he was he?
Yeah, just being himself, and then all his movies, and I was like, I want to do that, and then here I am.
I'd really like it if he came back and did something.
Stand-up?
Stand-up.
Yeah.
Man, that guy, he's so out of touch. Come on.
Really?
He's been so rich for so long.
I think you're right.
He's not a real person anymore.
Yeah.
When he was on the new Arsenio Hall show and he was wearing sunglasses the whole interview, I was like, oh, he's not
He's
not
gone
here.
over?
Yeah, he's
gone
not
over.
here anymore. These people.
It's what I mean, it happens. It's like way back. It's like Jerry Lewis. Jerry Lewis was one of the funniest people on the planet.
Yeah.
A long time ago, and then he became Jerry Lewis.
Yeah,
serious Jerry.
Serious.
He
Jerry.
took himself too serious.
Yeah, and it just happens. I don't know. Although but then there are guys that it doesn't happen with. I mean, whatever you think of Jim Carrey, and I know you worked with him closely. He's never really stopped trying to do. He experiments, but he's still plugging away and doing stuff.
But he's also a person that's not. I've been around Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
He's not a regular person.
He's not a regular person.
He's
no.
not a regular person.
He's
not a let's go to 7-Eleven.
Oh yeah.
You know, because he's so rich
That's
and so
the
famous.
TV show I want to see. I want to see rich famous people just going to 7-Eleven.
How about
pouring their own Slurpee.
How about getting in a car and going to coffee?
Some of them just don't know.
I
don't know if he's got 2 assistants. He's got, you know what I mean? It's like these people their life has been lived for so long. Just like get this for me, do this for me, and then you just think the world works like that. I mean, it's not. I'm not knocking it.
No, I mean,
but it just is what it is.
No, you're right about Jim Carrey. There's that documentary where he was talking about making the Andy Kaufman movie, and they spent a lot of time talking to him, and he's gone.
He's a little bit out.
He's a little bit out there.
Yeah.
Although, as Bill Maher put it, he says, "I always thought that you were someone who is always searching."
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
Eric Griffin in town to do lots of funny stuff.
7 o'clock and 9:30
Lots of funny.
tonight.
No, it's 7:30 tonight.
Oh,
I believe.
Then this is wrong.
It might be wrong.
The Wise Guys website is wrong.
Or you're going to be late.
Yeah, that's good. I'll still make it to my portion of the show, but I do believe it's 7:30 and something else tonight and tomorrow.
And it's wiseguyscomedy.com.
And it's in beautiful downtown Salt Lake City. You should come out, guys. It's,
it's a great club, too.
Have you worked here before?
A long time ago, when his club was in a completely different place.
West Valley.
And I remember doing the Rocky Mountain Laugh Off when I first started doing comedy, like in 2003, 2004. I think it was 2004 when I did that. First comedy contest I was ever in. It was such a fascinating experience to be here. And I met some of my good friends. You know, we're still friends today. So.
Eric Griffin, and then maybe I'm Dying Up Here. You might be doing some more of that.
Maybe I don't know, but even if we don't come back, I was really excited. I'm really proud of the work that we did. So you can still check it out. You can go to Showtime, or if you have Hulu or Amazon, you have the Showtime attached. Check out I'm Dying Up Here. And I also have 2 comedy specials on Showtime.
That's right. Yeah.
The Ugly Truth and American Warrior. I have some comedy. If you want, you can go to my website, and I have a lot of information there too, though. But
what is it? Just ericgriffin.com?
Yeah, just ericgriffin.com with a K. ericgriffin.com.
All right. Thank you very much.
Nice to see you.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me. You guys have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.
And again, the showtimes. And
well,
dates?
I don't know. It says
he told me, you know what? Just come early and get a burger and
hang out.
Seven. Go at 7. Go at
get
7.
there at 7-ish.
7 or 9:30.
Thank you very much, Eric.
Thanks, Eric.
Crash northbound I-15 at 110th South in South Jordan, off to the left shoulder. Crash southbound I-15 200 north in Kaysville, right shoulder affected there. And crash northbound I-15 86 south. But things moving fairly well. I'm seeing green cameras all the way up and down the Wasatch Front. I've got a friend of the program saying there's a crash southbound Redwood Road at 62nd South. Thank you, friend of the program, for sending that in. 33986. When life feels like it's crashing down on you from above, Lifetime Roofing is here to offer you peace of mind in that home of yours. You and your family have your own personal fortress of reassurance. Roofs at Lifetime Roofing are simply better than everyone else's, period.
Boners round 2 coming up. Here are the titles. Number 1. Well, most folks just turn on the air conditioning, sir. Boner candidate number 2. Well, you want the fake money? You got to go for it. And boner candidate number 3. I know you are, but what am I? Oh, I'm sorry, Senator. I should have said, same to you, but more of it.
Yes, Boners round 2 coming up, along with Big Boy News and Opinnuendo after these.
X96 and Barbecue Pit Stop present Barbecue 101.
Let's join Carrie and Bill at the Acme Broadcasting Company party at Rockport Reservoir.
Boy, what a nice day for a company party, huh?
Oh, God, yes. I mean, it's just beautiful up here. And you know, we deserve this, don't we?
I think that everybody on the staff deserves a nice party like this. I mean, we've all worked so hard to get this station to show in the ratings.
Yeah. Showing up in the top 35 stations ain't that easy either.
Nope.
Hey, look at everybody down there on the beach by the picnic table. You know, we ought to hike down there.
No, we can get a much better shot at all of them with our paintball guns from up here.
Huh.
Now look at Mario there. I'll bet you I can knock that beer right out of his hand.
Good shot. hey, they can't see us up here, can they?
Well, apparently not. Hey, listen, see if you can splatter the side of Bessie with a volley of that green paint you got.
Righto. Just about spelled my name. Hey, they're all starting to scatter and take cover now. What a great party. Hey, see if you can hit Sonny before she makes it to that tree.
Okay. Oh, damn, I missed her. You know, she's so thin, there's not much of a target there. Hey, what's Ed Acme doing?
Well, it looks like he's pushed over the picnic table and he's using it as a barrier. Get out your binoculars.
Got him. Oh, my God. That's a 30-30 he's pulling out of his knapsack. Oh! And it looks like he's got a bead on us, too. That was too close.
Godfrey! Jeez, everybody else seems to be packing heat, too. Look at that. Mario's gunning back at us with some kind of flare gun.
Whoa!
Gee!
All right, Sonny thinks she's going to hit us clear up here with that little pistol of hers.
Whoa!
Oh, but Acme's really got us pinned down with that thing.
Well, then I guess it's a good thing I brought this to the company party, isn't it?
Oh, an Uzi.
Yeah.
Bill, you the man. Oh, God, what a great party.
Part of the Radio from Hell show on X96. Call 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
Remember that info. You're going to need it coming up in about 15 minutes or so to vote for round 2 of your boners. 3 news stories now that are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior, and you'll decide, of these 3 candidates, which one is the worst. Which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and get that chance to become boner of the day? Yeah, if it wins here, it's the winner of round 2. Good for you. But you're not boner of the day yet. You're going to have to defeat the champion from round one. We did that an hour ago with 3 candidates, just like we're doing now. So once we get done with this, we'll take both of those candidates, the winners of each round, throw them into the boner fight at 9:20, and that's when you'll decide boner of the day. So pick your champion for round 2 now. 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, then you'll vote. One of you lucky random boner voters will receive
a gift certificate to go to Quarters, Salt Lake's Retro Arcade Bar.
Here's boner candidate number 1. Most folks just turn on the air conditioning, sir. A man found stopped in his underwear in his vehicle on I-95, this is in Florida, was given a ride to the jail, according to an arrest report. Florida Highway Patrol trooper spotted the vehicle about 4 miles south of Indrio Road. The vehicle was on the southbound side with hazard lights on. The driver, later identified as Ahmed Mohammed, was passed out behind the wheel. I could clearly see that the driver was only wearing his underpants and was shirtless, the report states. Asked about his state of undress, Mr. Mohammed said, "Oh, I was just getting so hot, so I just took off my clothes."
Well,
in many cases, when people get hot in their vehicle, they turn on the air conditioning, sir. Mr. Mohammed said he was sleeping en route to Miami. The trooper asked Mr. Mohammed about his license, and Mr. Mohammed said, "I'm a doctor," and then showed the trooper his
stethoscope?
School ID.
Oh. See?
The Florida Highway Patrol trooper reported Mr. Mohammed's license had been suspended due to obtaining a driver's license by means of fraud. The trooper also smelled marijuana, and Mr. Mohammed said, "Yeah, I smoked some pot earlier." The trooper then reported finding a small bag of weed and a joint and drug paraphernalia in the car. Boner candidate number 1. Most folks just turn on the air conditioning, sir. It's the underpants Mohammed there. Boner candidate number 2. You want the fake money? You got to go for it. A Tennessee man pulled over during a traffic stop, had some funny money on him. Robert Mitchell was stopped by police in Nashville where he was speeding and initially refused to slow down. After finally surrendering to police, Mr. Mitchell refused to get out of the car initially, and then he tried to put the vehicle into drive. A subsequent search of Mr. Mitchell's car revealed a small amount of marijuana and a Viagra pill. I don't know why that's germane.
That's Friday night, is what it is.
Officers also found 5 fake $100 bills concealed between Mr. Mitchell's butt cheeks.
Ew.
Mr. Mitchell was taken into custody, being held on $7,500 bond in connection with several charges: unlawful possession of controlled substance, possession without a prescription, criminal simulation. Oh, I guess of the money, and driving without a license. Boner candidate number 2. You want the fake money? You got to go for it.
All right.
Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. You know what? I know you are, but what am I? I'm really sorry, Senator. I should have said same to you, but more of it.
Boner candidate number 3, coming up after this full-strength Big Boy News and Opinioendo, brought to you by
Black Turtle is hiring full-time, part-time customer service representatives with competitive pay, health and welfare benefits, paid training, holidays and vacation time, no weekend shifts. Apply online today at jointheturtle.com.
Well, Tom Hanks is ready to be your neighbor.
Yay, this was the good news from yesterday.
It's the only good news from yesterday.
Ready
All
to
my
be your
favorite
neighbor.
thing.
Sony Pictures has released the first photo of Tom Hanks as Fred Rogers in a movie to be titled, apparently it's going to be titled, You Are My Friend. The tweet that accompanied the photo said the movie is slated for release in October of next year.
Mm-hmm.
This actually warmed my heart.
The film will... Are you okay?
Yeah, no, it was great.
I just,
I needed that yesterday.
I just want to point out, if your heart gets too warm,
No,
it's not good.
It's a good thing.
The film will follow the story of a reporter who develops an emotional bond with Fred Rogers while profiling him for a magazine, according to director Mariel Heller. who spoke to Entertainment Weekly about the film. Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood aired for 31 seasons over multiple decades before coming to an end in 2001. Mr. Rogers came to an end in 2003. His life and legacy received renewed attention this year, of course, thanks to the critically acclaimed documentary film by Morgan Neville called Won't You Be My Neighbor?
Which is great.
Provo police are asking for help in finding a missing 15-year-old girl who was last seen Wednesday morning at 8:30 when she left for school in Provo. The girl, Savannah Pope, last seen wearing dark gray clothing and shoes with white soles. She was carrying a black and blue drawstring bag with the BYU Y emblazoned on it. Considered to be endangered because she needs medication. Police said that she may have intended to go to Salt Lake via Front Runner. If you see her, just call the Provo police. That's the only information we have, and that was as of yesterday. And it doesn't say what kind of medication she needs. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints announced yesterday that beginning in 2019, they will boost the amount of food donations they give to charities across the country and Canada.
Good.
This is going to take a period of years, but with the finished product, we'll be able to supply up to 20 million pounds of additional product, said David Frischnecht, managing director of the LDS Church Welfare Operations. The church will end donations of raw wheat and focus on finished food products, such as pasta, pancake mix, and flour. The blessing now is that we have enough of that to help not just those in the church, but we can reach out to the community where there are growing needs, Frischnecht said. With that announcement, church leaders urge members to keep up with their own food storage. The current guideline is for members of the church, in fact, to have 3 months of ready-to-use food on hand.
We're not Mormon, and we have that.
Not Mormon yet.
That's
Gina.
good. That's good to know.
We've got it.
That's good to know, because then I know where to. I know where
Come
to
to
go.
my house.
I know where to go if I need a handout.
We even have, because it says 3 months worth of food. So what would that mean? Not in your house, Richie, but in our houses, that would mean booze.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. You need wheat and water and booze.
That's it? Wheat and water and booze?
But I mean, you have to have that saved.
We have a supply of freeze-dried steaks.
You have to rotate your stock.
Sure.
But
vital part of it.
We have to rotate the booze in our house every day.
Well, you have to.
Day.
You know,
you got to keep it fresh.
Exactly. You open up a bottle of vodka, you've got to finish it that day.
It'll go bad.
It'll go bad.
Yeah. And it has a tendency, once it's uncorked or unscrewed, to evaporate.
Mm-hmm.
So you
just right out of the bottle.
Yeah, even if you put the cap back on, it's still unsealed and it evaporates.
It's true.
So there was a crash landing in New Zealand. All the passengers and crew survived, but they crash landed the plane on water, and it was a hard landing. But so it hits the water about. It was short of the runway. They were trying to land at Cook Island in the Federated States of Micronesia, and so they hit the water, hit hard, but everybody was okay. And then they realized, wait. There's a hole in the plane, and water starts pouring in. It was pretty scary. And before everybody got off the plane, they were in water like up to their waists. But everyone made it out okay.
That is very rare.
Yeah, exceptionally rare.
Very rare.
Yeah.
Because you think about it when you get on an airplane with a hole. In case of a water landing,
Yeah.
you're like, no.
That'll never happen.
Yeah.
We're dead. Okay.
Yeah, it's very, but I mean, they can. And then there was the one in New York, the hero pilot. It does happen, but very seldom.
Yeah.
Sully,
How many years?
Tom Hanks. It was Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks again.
On Thursday, of course, the Senate Judiciary Committee held their hearing. Christine Blasey Ford and Judge Kavanaugh. The most important moments from the hearing. Chuck Grassley started out by lecturing Dianne Feinstein
right out of the gate.
And Ford on not coming forward sooner.
She started to come forward when he was only on the short list. Before he was a candidate, she started coming forward.
He then proceeded to quote former Vice President Joe Biden, the committee chairperson, who's been criticized for mishandling the 1991 Anita Hill hearing. Grassley interrupted Feinstein as she tried to introduce Ford. Well, I was going to introduce her, but if you well then by all means you go ahead.
Privileged white man.
You go ahead. I think he's
and senile.
He's senile. I was going to introduce her. I'd be glad to have you do so. Feinstein's statement touched on the importance of the Me Too movement and how women are mistreated in the United States. Christine Blasey Ford held back her tears as she delivered her prepared testimony, which was quite powerful. Spoke eloquently of how the sound of Kavanaugh and Mark Judge laughing is seared in her memory, she said. She's quite clear that it happened.
She said 100%, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Somebody asked her, could it maybe have been someone else? No, 100% sure it was him.
The special counsel brought in by the Republican members of the committee tried to poke holes in Ford's story, but she said, no, I'm 100% sure it was him. Grassley continued to go on angry tangents in which he complained about the handling of her allegations and her request for an FBI investigation. You know what's interesting, too? Like Amy Klobuchar, the senator, interrupted Grassley at one point to remind him that in the instance of Anita Hill's claim, George Bush ordered that the investigation be opened again.
Yes.
And
because they kept making calls to the president and saying, well, the president should insist that the FBI look into this. No, that's not the president's job. It's disgusting. And we have a boner candidate associated with it coming up.
Yeah.
Well, Donald Trump reacted to the whole thing in a predictable manner.
Yeah.
Tweeted his support for Kavanaugh. And have you been watching Twitter to see if they've convened?
So, they're there. They're going to vote in a few minutes. And Jeff Flake has said, I'm going to vote for him.
He is?
It's with a heavy heart, Carrie.
Oh, well.
It's with a heavy
if it's with a heavy heart, then. If it's with a heavy heart, then
now,
it's okay.
You'll like this, Carrie. When you get off the air, there's video of a rape survivor, and she catches him.
Kavanaugh?
Catches Flake.
Oh, Flake.
In the elevator and just rips into him. And he just stands there, and she's like, you look at me. Don't you look down.
Well, I guess
that's
why he's got a heavy heart then.
How dare you?
I'm done with Flake. He has had the chance to do the right thing so many times.
I never began with Flake.
I never began with Flake.
Because their votes are not about what's right.
No.
And I'm talking about the Democrats, too. It is all about what their future in politics is going to be. Jeff Flake wants to run for president, so he's worried if I do this now, it's going to hurt my presidential campaign whenever that is.
So, good luck. Good luck, America. Good luck. The Canadian company wants to open a robot brothel in Houston.
That's a good band name, by the way.
Robot brothel.
But he's getting a little pushback from officials and community groups, with the mayor saying that the city is reviewing its ordinances to determine if they address public safety and health concerns potentially associated with the business. Mayor Sylvester Turner, how did you ever vote for a mayor whose first name was Sylvester? Says he's not trying to be the moral police, but that this is not the type of business he wants to open in the city.
So
then he's being the moral police.
The moral police, yeah.
Kinky S. Dolls says it's opening a Love Dolls brothel in Houston. It opened a similar venue in Toronto in 2017. The company hasn't returned a call or email seeking comment. Elijah Rising, a Houston-based nonprofit focused on ending sex trafficking, has started an online petition asking that the business be kept out of the city.
It's not very sexy.
No.
Is it? Am I missing something?
I don't know.
That sounds pretty sexy to me.
Carrie's willing to give it a try.
That's pretty
I
sexy.
didn't say that. I'm just not,
Let's just allow people to do what they want to do with that.
Nobody's
regard.
getting hurt, you know.
Well, there could be a machinery accident of some sort. Industrial accident.
You could be hit by a bus.
Call OSHA in and make sure that everything's okay. All right, that's it.
No, we have time for
we have
one
time
more
for
story.
One more story?
Sure.
Oh, let me see.
Oh, no.
Oh, I wasn't prepared for one more story, but let me find one right here. There's just so few fun things to talk about these days.
Someone in the chat room, check on this, Gina. Democratic members of the Judiciary Committee have walked out of the meeting vote scheduled. Is that true?
There's a video of it.
Video of them walking out?
Here it is. Grace Jones, not the famous Grace Jones, another Grace Jones of Broadway, England, just celebrated her 112th birthday. Ms. Jones, or as her friends call her, Amazing Grace, is the oldest person in Britain and one of the oldest in the world, and she believes she owes her longevity to a nightly shot of Scotch whiskey.
God bless her.
I started having a nightly tot of it when I turned 50, so I've been having it every night for the last 60 years, and I certainly have no intention of stopping now. My doctor said, keep up with the whiskey, Grace. It's good for your heart. She says that even though she's more than twice as old as she was that day, she still feels like she's 60.
Liquor, I have found, makes me very smart.
There you go.
That's one of the things I liked about the Barbara Bush, her last day story is she asked for some bourbon. Like a shot of bourbon.
A shot of bourbon. All right, sports weather traffic then?
Oh, yeah, so you've got your local sports teams. We've got Utah at Washington. That will be tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Washington and BYU, they play at 6:30. RSL's on the road. They don't play until Sunday at 3 p.m., and I think Utah State has the weekend off to rest and relax. Weather, I want to thank Samuel. He texted in, Gina changed my life. Because she warned me not to dress too warm, I took off a long-sleeve flannel shirt and I put on a short-sleeve button-down. Because it's going to be 86 for a high today. Excuse me for a second.
You know, you've changed everyone's life, though, Gina. You really have.
Sorry. I can't go on. Do something else.
All right, let's do boner candidate number 3 then.
Sports and weather and all of that.
Well,
Okay.
She's changed our lives.
I did sports and weather.
Traffic?
Yeah, okay.
Because you got to get a sponsor out, right?
Oh, yeah, I do.
Okay. Here, let me do this.
Crash northbound I-15 at 110th South, off to the left shoulder. Got a crash southbound I-15, 200 north in Kaysville. I am powering through.
You're great.
Actually, traffic's pretty good this morning. Snowbird's annual Oktoberfest is here. Enjoy classic German beer, food, and music every Saturday and Sunday through October 20th. Get details at snowbird.com.
Here's boner candidate number 3. I know you are, but what am I? Oh, I'm sorry, Senator. I should have said, same to you, but more of it. Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh, in Thursday's hearing before the Senate Judiciary Committee, turned a question about blacking out from drinking back on Senator Amy Klobuchar minutes after she mentioned, she said to him, my father had alcoholism. He was an alcoholic. The Minnesota Democrat asked Kavanaugh whether he had ever drunk so much that he couldn't remember what happened or part of what happened the night before. No, I remember what happened, Kavanaugh responded.
I have the audio.
Okay.
If you want to hear it. Here we go.
Drinking is one thing, but the concern is about truthfulness. And in your written testimony, you said sometimes you had too many drinks. Was there ever a time when you drank so much that you couldn't remember what happened or part of what happened the night before?
No, I remember what happened, and I think you've probably had beers, Senator, and so
you're saying there's never been a case where you drank so much that you didn't remember what happened the night before or part of what happened?
You're asking about, blackout. I don't know. Have you?
Could you answer the question, Judge?
So when he came back, I mean, he's admitted that he may have had too many drinks on occasion. He came back and tried to, he apologized for his comment and said, I'm sorry I said that. This is a rough process. Klobuchar responded, when you have a parent who's an alcoholic, you're pretty careful about drinking. And then,
he in that moment showed that he feels this is owed to him, that he deserves this position, and most importantly, it showed the disrespect he has for women. Because if that would have been a guy asking the same thing, he would not have turned it back on her. She is a senator, for F's sake.
He said, I'm sorry, but then he went on to argue with her again.
Every ounce of prep school entitlement right there in that sentence.
Boner candidate number 3. I know you are, but what am I? I'm sorry, Senator. I should have said same to you, but more of it.
Let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1. You know, most folks just turn on the air conditioning, sir. A man in his underpants behind the wheel of his car was parked on the side of the highway. He had marijuana in the car and a lot of stuff. The cop said, what are you in your underpants? He said, well, it was hot. Boner candidate number 2. You want the fake money, you got to go for it. A man with 5 counterfeit $100 bills hidden in his butt cheeks. And boner candidate number 3. I know you are, but what am I? I'm sorry, Senator. I should have said same to you, but more of it.
All right. You've got to decide which of these 3 candidates is the worst. Which one of these 3 deserves to be the winner of round 2 and therefore qualified to go forward to Boner Fight to possibly become Boner of the Day. If it wins here, yeah, it's the winner of round 2, but it'll have to defeat the winner of round 1's voting. We did that an hour ago. We'll take both of them and throw them into the Boner Fight at 9:20 to decide Boner of the Day. So pick your champion of round 2. Right now, 1, 2, or 3, the candidate you think should win. Put that message, or put that number in the message of a text. 33986 is where you text that to. Or you can call 877-602-9696. Looks like Autumn is taking votes in the producer's booth. Or go to x96.com and look for the box that says Boner Voting September 28 and vote there. 4 minutes, let's go, round 2.
X96 is Utah's original alternative.
I've got a show. I'll be playing Flynn in Twilight.
Light.
Light.
L-I-T-E?
L-I-T-E. Yep. I'm the bully. You know.
Are you the wolf boy?
No.
You're not the wolf boy.
No, I wish. I pitched to be the guy who takes his shirt off at one point for no reason.
You love to take your shirt off.
I absolutely do.
Kind of like the Will Ferrell of this station.
Okay. But no, the show is I'm the only guy that looks like he could beat up another guy in all of theater in Utah. So
they're all pale, vegetarian.
Yeah, and thin. We had plenty of people who could play the vampire type, but not very many who could play the bully. I'll guilt you guys into that show another time.
I'm a shed vampire.
I'm the only one who goes to your plays anymore.
Oh, I went.
Oh, yeah, you did.
And Gina may come to this one because it's a Twilight spoof.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And we all know Gina loves Twilight.
The sparkly vampires.
We got this.
Are you going to sparkle?
He's I don't sparkle because I'm not a vampire.
He's a bully.
But
we do have a sparkly vampire. You bet. And a Bela Lugosi vampire too.
Undead.
So like, there's this old-fashioned vampire.
Don't worry
trying
about
to figure out what the young vampires are.
I
don't understand this.
You kids today.
I don't understand this. And you're fast running.
What is this? You can go outside.
What? Yeah. What? Can you see yourself in the mirror? That's what I want.
Look, have some wine. All right.
Guess we just sort of wrote the play, didn't we?
Is that it?
Wrote and ended.
And performed.
There you go. Kids, there's something the matter with kids today. Kids, they go and sparkle outside in the day.
There it is. Yep, little musical number. Yep.
Easy.
Desert Star Playhouse. Be there.
The shut'll come out tomorrow, and he'll be able to stand outside. I hate him. I miss the sun.
Oh, Lord.
You owe Carrie money now.
I know.
I used to be tan, you know this. I had a house in Palm Beach. Aw, damn. Blow this. No, that doesn't.
I'll get there.
Here comes the sun. You better run, you dumb old vampire.
We get
Deedle.
we sparkle. Da 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 da. Ah, you kids.
I like the dessert bar there at the Desert Star Playhouse.
Does the old vampire carry an umbrella? He should.
No, but that is a great idea.
Okay. You owe me a dollar.
There's
and,
that
and
too.
Count
Oh,
Chocula.
yes, Count
of course.
Chocula
Count
has to be in there.
Chocula's got to be there, and the Count, and
Two.
oh, that joke's in there. You know it.
Yep.
At any given moments, follow him on Twitter at RFHBill. Radio from Hell on X96.
8:45, time to award round 2 of your boners.
And round 2 is brought to you in part by some cheese.
Is it that bag of cheese you brought today?
Yes.
You bought a whole bag of cheese.
Some cubes of cheese.
A bag of cheese, a bag of cheese.
Let's all go
a bag of cheese.
And Quarters Salt Lake's retro arcade bar featuring pinball, arcade games, console gaming, board games, punk rock vinyl. I am losing it. Punk rock vinyl nights. Offering a wide selection of craft brews, cocktails, and affordable drink options. Follow Quarters on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, or go to quarterslc.com.
Boner candidate number 1 was most folks just turn on the air conditioning. Yeah. Number 2, you want the fight? Nah. Boner candidate number 3, 319 votes.
Yep.
It's just the winner going away, the way Kavanaugh particularly treated Senator Amy Klobuchar about alcoholism and blackout drinking.
He was completely disrespectful. All right, there you go. That's your winner of round 2. Round 2. Going up against winner of round 1. Boner fight. We'll throw them both into the Boner Dome at 9:20. That's when Boner of the Day will be decided.
We're Fry Chat with Dylan here, brought to you by Crucial Fest 8. It's this Friday and Saturday at Utah State Fair Park. 2 days of rock, metal, electronic, and hip-hop. Headliners include Neurosis, Chelsea Wolf, Russian Circles, Pig Destroyer, and more. Tickets now available at 24tix.com. Gray Whale Entertainment locations, full lineup at crucialfest.com.
I'm upset today, guys.
What's the matter?
I'm upset.
Well, we all are.
I'm angry and I'm upset.
Why?
I don't know why you are, but yesterday I was online looking at French fries.
I've done that.
And I ran across a list from Food Republic of the best French fries, styles of French fries ranked.
So this isn't restaurants. This is ways of preparing French fries.
French fry preparation.
Okay.
And it's an upsetting list, and several of these make me mad.
Why?
So I wanted to go through them. Well, let's go through them.
Okay.
It starts at 18 for some reason. Are smiley fries.
Oh, I hate the smiley fries.
Yeah, I don't care
What
for
are
those.
they?
They're cut into rounds, and they have like smiley faces stamped on them.
Like you find them in like frozen kids meals.
Yeah,
and-
no, you
Oh,
don't-
that's why I've
you
never.
don't want those.
That's why I've never
good.
encountered
They're
them.
no good.
Okay.
Next, you got the potato tornado. Usually get at the fair. I'm okay with that.
I don't know what that is either.
Oh, it's
It's a potato that they curl like a spring and
It's
put it
one-
around a stick.
it's
okay.
it's a potato in
there it is.
one big,
All right.
Yeah, those are okay.
They're okay. Palm souffle. I don't even know how to say that one.
Palm souffle.
Yeah.
They're just big, fat, thick fries.
Yeah.
And then cottage fries is next. They're thick cut as well. They're the same. This is frustrating.
Okay.
All right.
Then potato wedges.
No, wait, chili cheese fries.
Oh, I skipped chili cheese
chili
fries.
cheese fries.
Well, here's the deal, right? So chili cheese fries are just fries with chili. Any of these could become chili cheese
Sure.
fries.
Yeah.
I don't know
that's okay.
why this is its
It
own
shouldn't
line
be
item.
its own category.
That's okay. That's okay because I love them.
All right, fine. Potato wedges, sweet potato fries shouldn't even be on. I hate
No.
sweet potato fries. I'm getting close to the top 10. British chips,
Yeah,
those
I
are
like
good.
it, Yeah.
Number 10, steak fries.
Yeah.
I like a good steak fry if they're crispy. Then again, this cheese fries.
You could put cheese on any of them.
I'd see again. I don't think this should be in the category.
No, it's cheating.
Yeah.
Crinkle cut,
Okay. All right.
shoestring. I know Gina likes the shoestring.
They're my favorite, actually.
Really?
Well, we're going to get to that.
Oh, okay.
Then number 6, curly fries.
Yeah.
Number 5, garlic fries, which again is a topping, not
Yeah.
a.
Yeah. It's just got garlic.
But
and
it's my favorite
parsley and
topping.
stuff on 'em.
If I'm going to have a topping,
And then this is where things really start to go off the rails. Number 4, standard cut.
just your straight ahead French fry.
Number 4, I don't think so.
No? Where would you put it?
Well, I'd put it at number 1 or 2.
Okay.
Number 4, I don't think so. Number 3, tater tots.
They aren't even French fries.
Those aren't even French fries.
I don't think they count, do they?
I don't.
And Carrie's a tater tot fan.
Yeah.
I like tater tots.
I'll eat
I
some
just-
tots.
I don't know if they belong in this category.
Well, they're there. So.
I suppose. All right.
Okay, and then number 2, Belgian fries.
Yeah.
I know Bill likes those.
They're the
Yeah.
fried twice. And number 1, according to Food Republic, style of French fry, waffle fries.
Now, in defense of the waffle fry,
Yeah.
they are number 5 on my list.
Okay, so I've asked each of these guys to write down some of their favorites. Should we do the top 3? What's our time?
Well, let me
We have plenty
just,
of time.
Let me just tell
Okay.
you about my number 5 waffle fry.
yeah. Okay.
Because the waffle fry can have an evenly distributed crispiness because of the little holes through it. It can be very crispy and delicious all the way through.
A well done waffle fry is awesome.
But a too thick waffle fry that's
Gross.
too potatoey? No, it's got to be
Yeah,
a
you're right.
thin, a thin waffle fry.
And I hate to credit them. Chick-fil-A has the best waffle
They do
fries.
a good waffle fry.
I haven't had one in a very long time
Yeah.
from them. But yeah.
So my list would be number 5, tater tots.
Really?
Yeah, even though they're not fries,
Well, now somebody
they're on the list.
Somebody points out if we're leaving the smileys in, then we have to leave tater tots
Because
in.
they're kind of misshapen
Yeah.
fries.
So number 4, I like crinkle cut. I like crinkle cut if I'm doing them in the oven. The frozen crinkle cuts.
Oh, in the bag, the Ore-Ida.
If I have to do them, if I have to have oven fries,
and see,
crinkle cut Ore-Idas in the
You
oven.
have just named my least favorite fry.
Out of
because
all these fries?
because it never fails, they're soggy.
Yeah.
Well, if you do the Ore-Ida crinkle cut in the oven real hot and leave them in there, they're good. You can get them crispy. Number 3, chili cheese fries. Number 4, the British cut with a malt vinegar, and it has to come with fish and chips. And number 1, the Belgian.
The Belgian.
Wow.
All right.
So regular fries don't even make an appearance.
Well, so I have so waffle fries are number 5 for me. Number 4 is crinkle cut. I'm sorry, Carrie.
If they're the frozen, like
Or I like them fried at a restaurant. Number 3, the standard French fry. Just your straight ahead French fry, unadulterated, not too big, not too small.
Because if you say to people, who has the best fries, they're going to say McDonald's.
Yeah.
We went down on the street and asked people. Most people would say McDonald's. That's your standard cut.
That's
That's
the
not your
standard.
shoestring. That's not your steak fry. That's a
they're not the
standard
be-
cut.
they're
Although I would have to say they were the best when they fried them in the beef oil. And now they don't fry, and they're not as good.
Well,
they are not as good.
But okay. Anyway,
And number 2, garlic. The garlic fry. And number 1, I love a shoestring fry. I'll go to the Arctic Circle. They don't have them at everyone, but the test kitchen on 7th East.
There's,
Yeah,
I didn't-
yeah, it is.
No,
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah.
They have the. You have to
It
ask
is.
for them. They're not on the menu, but they have the shoestring.
Next time you
fries.
do that, do yourself a favor and get a brown topper to go with it.
Okay.
I didn't follow your directions, Dylan.
What?
Because see, I'll eat all of these.
Well, sure.
And I
will, too.
like all of these,
Yeah,
and
me too.
I don't really have one favorite over the other. I just don't like soggy fries.
Okay.
If they're soggy, I don't want anything to do with them. And a lot of time, those Ore-Ida frozen crinkle cuts are soggy, and I won't do that.
Well, and you have that problem with a few of these.
Mm-hmm.
You got
But yesterday, I had fries
Uh-huh.
at this place that just opened up close to my house called Beaumont's. It's in the parking lot of the Dan's. They're really good. Everything they do, but they do a Belgian style fry.
They twice fry them.
And I would just say to them, if you pulled that out of the fryer maybe 45 seconds sooner, you might have the perfect Belgian fry. They cook it just a little too long.
So it makes them soggy.
They're not quite soggy, but they don't have, they don't have that feel. They don't, they're just like a potato, But if you pulled it out 45 seconds earlier, it would have a little bit of fight to it, and and then it would just be perfect. Anyway,
all right.
I want some. See, you can't bring
Now
this
I
up,
want French
and now what I want now is a taste test.
You want me to go get 18 kinds of French fries and line them up in the studio?
Well, we need to run down to just run down to what's in the Belgian place right down here.
Bruges.
Yeah, Bruges on 3rd. Just get a
But
cup.
the problem is that fries, they've got to be hot.
Right.
Like these Uber Eats and the delivering places, ordering fries through that by the time they get to you, soggy and gross. You got to get them hot right out of the fryer.
I don't know why everybody likes Five Guys fries so much.
Oh, I love Five Guys
They're
fries.
always soggy.
Well, that's a different.
not.
Even fresh.
That's
They're
a different
soggy.
list. Restaurant chains best.
They're good for.
They're
I love that.
soggy.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not. Now I want. Damn it, Dylan!
Sorry.
See what traffic's like going to fry places. Crash westbound 90th South, 16th West in West Jordan. The left lane is blocked there. Crash southbound I-15, milepost 319, just south of Parish Lane in Centerville. Right shoulder affected there. Crash northbound I-15, 110 South in South Jordan. But other than that, the cameras are looking green all the way up and down the Wasatch Front. If you see something, you can text it to us, 33986. IFA has great back-to-school deals like buy two, get one free Wrangler jeans, 15% off all footwear. IFA Country Stores, helping to grow the things you love.
all right, we got boner fights for boner of the day coming up. Stand by for that. Ran Life.
Everything going on in the country with home values, rates, the economy going up. You get curious as to what you could actually qualify for right now. You know, what kind of a loan? Well, get a hold of Ran Life.
You might be surprised at what you can afford.
With Ran Life, the home of 10-minute prequel, you can call them right now, and within about 10 minutes, you'll have a very good idea of what kind of a loan you would qualify for and even what your monthly payments might look like. So give them a call today, 801-478-4500. That's 478-4500. You can go online to ranlife.com if you like. So if you're just curious,
I watched you get yours through Ran Life, and it was, they made it so easy. They did all of the work practically.
Pretty much. Yeah, I mean, I have to do the work to pay for it.
You presented a few documents, and they went, oh, we got it.
Yep. So it's pretty easy. Just give them a call, 801-478-4500, or go to ranlife.com.
Here at X96.
lot for answering our ad. Look, we've got a lot of other people to interview, so we'll just let you know, okay? Loser.
God, what a bunch of no-loads. I mean, we haven't had one single applicant that I'd even consider hiring. Why are they so bad?
I just think it shows you the quality of people who read the paper.
Yeah.
Losers, all of them.
I don't know. Maybe it's the way the ad is worded. How does it read?
I think I wrote it just the way we talked about. Look, here it is.
Okay.
Oh, listen. We need a new stalker. Do you think you have what it takes? If so, apply in person to Kerry and Bill, the Radio from Hell guys at X96. Previous stalking experience is not required. We will train. X96 is an equal opportunity employer.
That's pretty straightforward. Guess I'm just getting discouraged. I don't think we're ever going to find anybody to replace the old guy.
Well, now, we both agreed that no matter how much we liked him, it would just be stupid of us to wait for him to get out.
Oh, all right.
We're just going to have to keep looking.
Okay. Lori, send in the next applicant, please.
Oh, hello, boys.
Hello, Chunga. Send in the next applicant, will you? We're in a hurry.
No, you don't understand. I am the next applicant.
What? Oh my God, you're serious. You want to stalk us?
We.
You're not impressing us by speaking French.
No, I mean we want to stalk you. All 10 of my personalities, including Tina the lap dancer. Let's look at this logically, boys. I'm already on the payroll. I know your phone numbers and where you live. And I can gut and skin a rabbit in less than 2 minutes. And you guys probably don't know this, but I've seen both of you naked. Lots of times. And, well, I love you.
Hey, that wasn't bad. What do you think, Bill? He's creeping me out.
Well, let's try the phone test.
Okay.
All right, pretend that it's 3 a.m. There's a thunder and lightning storm going on. My phone rings. I pick it up, and it's you, Chunga. What do you say?
Hello, Bill. Want to go to a jazz game?
No! Doesn't work.
no.
Try again. Phone rings. Ring. I pick it up. It's you. What do you say, Chunga?
Bill, it's me, Chunga. Want to go over to Cummings and watch them hand-dip chocolates?
Not even scary. Not scary at all. I'm sorry, Chunga. You just don't have what it takes. Look, send in the next one, would you?
Oh, come on, you guys. I know you don't like all the other stalker candidates. They stink. Besides, there's only one guy left in the lobby, and it's Frank Layton wearing one of his wife's old moo-moos, and his face is smeared with red lipstick.
Red lipstick, huh? Well, send him in.
Mr. Layton, the boys will see you now.
Hello, girls!
that is Mansionaire.
They are opening for Bob Moses. This is tonight at Metro Music Hall, 9 o'clock.
Interesting.
Some new music there for you.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what I'd like to do?
What?
I'd like to go dine around.
Would you like to for lunch or dinner? Which
I don't
one?
care. I just like to dine around.
King of the segues.
Some
right
people,
there.
some people sleep around. I'd like to dine around. Ryan is here from the Downtown Alliance to explain to folks how you dine around. Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
Good. So Dine Around kicks off today. It runs through October 14th, and you can choose from $5 or $10 2-item lunches, or $15, $25, and $35 3-course meals.
So they're set menus.
They're set menus, but they can be open to change every day. Some are set throughout Dine Around.
Mhm.
But
How many restaurants involved in this?
we have over 35 this year.
Pretty cool. This is a great opportunity to try food from restaurants that you've heard about and not tried. Are there new restaurants on the list this year?
There are. London Bell is new. The Daily. London Bell. It's on Main
Ooh.
Street, right next to
It's brand
Whiskey
new.
Street.
Brand new.
Right next to what?
Whiskey Street.
Okay.
So it's right there.
Yeah.
Oh, we could just walk over there.
Yeah. And what are some of the other new ones?
The Daily, which is sort of the brainchild of the Copper Onion guys.
Oh,
That's
good.
opening
Ryan
up-
Lauder.
Yes, exactly.
Where's that?
That's opening up at the base of 222 South Main Street.
Oh, in the where all the Goldman Sachs people
Yeah, exactly.
hang out. Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Mhm. The Daily. I'll have to try that. Ryan is always great stuff.
Yes.
And so the lunch is, what's the set price for that?
5 and 10. That's a 2-item lunch, and then 15, 25, 35 for
It's
a 3-course dinner.
It's a great chance to try out a new restaurant like the London Bell that you haven't heard of. Like, oh, go check it out, have one of the specials.
Yeah.
Or it might remind you of a restaurant you haven't been to in a while and
Mm-hmm.
want to circle back around and check that out.
Downtown Alliance has been doing this for quite some time now. How many years, do you know?
16th year. Yeah.
So how do you find out about it? And then you just go into the restaurant and say, I'm here for the...
Yep. No coupons, no printout or anything. You just go in and say, I want the Dine Around menu.
Most of them have a little, like, what do they call it, a table tent?
Table tent, exactly.
With the menu right on there.
Yep.
Mhm.
But they'll know.
Is there a website people can look them up?
Yes, go to dineoround.com. It's dine-o with an O round.com. And there's
That's
a full
it.
list of participating restaurants, sample menus, more
Oh,
info.
sample menus.
Yes.
I'm gonna.
That's what you need.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm really curious now about.
Here, I'm gonna look. Here, I'll find a lunch for you.
Well,
Bill.
how about do the what's the
You want a dinner?
The Bell.
The London
what's it-
one?
London Bell.
London Bell.
Yeah, I wonder what kind of
What kind of food is that?
Is it British or? Yeah.
It's,
I don't know. I just it sounds like it. I want fish and
So,
chips.
let's
That's
take a
what I
look.
want.
Let's see. Hold on.
I want fish and chips. I hope that's
Sample
what it
think they
is.
do have
Need to
fish.
Is that what
download
it
the
is?
sample menu.
I want
Oh,
fish
okay.
and chips. That's what I want from the London Bell with the British fries with the malt vinegar and I want it wrapped up in newspaper and I want to be able to take it home. You know, like they do the
Yeah.
traditional fish and chips.
Exactly.
I love that. And I want mushy peas. No, I don't. No, I don't really. They're terrible.
Okay, here's your London Bell.
Okay.
Cauliflower beer cheese soup.
Okay.
Choice of
Yeah.
chicken schnitzel,
Ooh.
which
I like
we
a
all
schnitzel.
like,
Yeah.
or harissa Chilean red shrimp and crab.
Oh,
Interesting.
okay.
I'd try that.
Yeah. How about the Daily Mail? Was that what it's called?
Daily.
Just the daily.
The Daily.
The daily.
You got that?
Hold on.
This is you got to download it.
Hold on. Hold on.
That's Ryan.
Hold for the daily.
It's Ryan Lauder's place.
Yep.
He's terrific. Copper Onion and
Yeah, we go to Copper Kitchen all
Copper
the time.
Kitchen out in Cottonwood.
Yeah, the daily they haven't listed probably because it changes daily. That
Maybe
one's
that's
not
it.
listed.
Okay.
That happens.
Probably it.
So just go to dineoround.com. Ryan and the Downtown Alliance. Thanks for telling us
Thanks,
about
guys.
it.
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much. We do have boner fight coming up to decide who is boner of the day. And then at about 9:45, Dave the Flower Guy will come in and tell us who boner of the week is. There's no voting there.
No.
Dave the Flower Guy takes care of that. Before we get to boner fight, we'll have a reasonable amount of news. But right now, we've got to tell Gina has to tell you about the best DJ in Utah.
Who is it, Gina?
It's Richie T. Stedman.
Really?
That's who it is. Go to bestdjinutah.com or at Richie T. Stedman. He's on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And he has reviews there from particularly a lot of weddings. And I'm shocked the number of brides and grooms that write him a review the day after their wedding. Now, I'll have to admit, I haven't had him DJ my wedding.
Not yet.
Not yet.
You may.
But apparently he does such a great job. People are so happy with him. This is better than just having, your cousin with an iPod plugging it in, because Richie's a host. He provides an hour consultation with every client. Make sure you get exactly what you want for an event. Now, it's not just for weddings. It's for events, parties, work parties, family parties. He balances that unique Utah crowd with Mormon and non-Mormon. He can mingle between the both. So go to bestdjinutah.com or at Richie T. Stedman on all of your social media.
Hi, I'm Todd Newcomb. I was born in Utah, and I grew up listening to alternative...
part of the Radio from Hell show on X96. Call 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
Remember that information because you're going to need it here in about 10 minutes. To vote for Boner of the Day, we'll have Boner Fight in a few moments. First, a reasonable amount of news brought to you by
Lucky's Auto Credit, where $77 and a job gets you a car. 2 locations, Salt Lake City and Ogden. For program details or to apply online, visit luckysautocredit.com.
Well, this would be pretty creepy. In Pensacola, Florida, a bunch of people on the beach stunned as they watched a rattlesnake appear in the surf from the ocean and struggle onto the sand.
You see, it's the end of the world.
A big old rattlesnake. Rhonda Saunders was at the beach with her daughters Tuesday when she and others watched the snake struggling to keep its head above the water. Snakes are pretty good swimmers. Saunders said a crowd gathered to watch as the snake fought its way to shore, appearing very weak. She said she felt kind of sorry for it, but didn't have any intention of helping it. Witnesses said it was a diamondback rattler. Wildlife officials have not confirmed what type of snake it was, but the pictures, it looks...
I've seen it.
Yeah.
That's a diamondback.
That's a diamondback, all right.
Spot me a diamondback.
Pensacola News reports the animal control arrived on the scene and used a net to help the snake from the water into a carrier.
It was nice of Annette to help. She's very helpful.
No, excuse me, Carrie. It was a net.
Oh.
A net on a stick.
Ooh. Sorry.
You know, if Gina had made that joke.
I know, right?
Yeah. Houston Astros pitcher Lance McCullers Jr. took notice when an 8-year-old with special needs was told to quiet down at a recent game, according to her family. In a video shared by the family and posted to Twitter by a reporter from Houston, a woman sitting in front of the 8-year-old Astros fan named Chloe appears to tell the girl enough in response to the little girl cheering a lot. The girl's mother explained to the station that her daughter has disruptive mood dysregulation disorder, a disability
that sounds exhausting.
A disability that essentially it's essentially what you have, Gina, and it is exhausting.
Yeah,
I find myself at the end of this damn show exhausted by your disruptive mood dysregulation disorder.
And I'm sure for the little girl, it's exhausting, is what I meant.
You're exhausting me right now. A disability that essentially limits her emotional capacity to that of a toddler. Well, you know, like Gina. The video garnered so much attention online that it caught the eye of all-star pitcher Lance McCullers, who retweeted the video with the promise of tickets to a game in the American League Divisional Series. Chloe, don't you ever stop cheering. I would love for you to cheer us on as loud as you can during a game that I am in. I would be honored to leave you a ticket, the pitcher wrote. Chloe's parents told the local station they were worried that she wouldn't want to go to the games again after the uncomfortable episode of this woman telling her to be quiet. She said she hoped they'd all go to the Astros home games next year. No word yet on whether or not she's taken up the offer of a playoff ticket. I'm sure she will. Senator Jeff Flake, minutes after he announced that he will support Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh, was confronted at the U.S. Capitol Friday by 2 women who say that they are sexual assault survivors. The Arizona Republican, a key swing vote on the Senate Judiciary Committee, was stopped in a Senate elevator on his way. Excuse me, I'm sorry, this story is cut off here. Was on his way to the panel's vote on whether to recommend Kavanaugh, and he was excoriated by 2 women who wanted to know, well, why he was voting yes. Flake was apparently visibly uncomfortable. He listened to the women quietly and alternated between making eye contact with them and then looking down at the ground.
Because she kept saying, look at
Don't look away from me.
Yeah.
Look at me. Tell me that it doesn't matter what happened to me, that you will let people like that go to the highest court of the land, one of them said. Flake did not address the 2 women's questions directly, but said, thank you. He then told reporters, I need to go to the hearing. I just issued a statement. I'll be saying more as well. No, there have been a lot of questions here, but I don't want to ask you. Kavanaugh has been accused by Christine Blasey Ford of sexually assaulting her for her decades ago. We all know about that. And with that key vote secured, Jeff Flake, the lone swing Republican vote on the Judiciary Committee.
Yep.
That looks as though they will vote. They will vote to recommend.
Yeah, then it goes to the
Then
full
it'll go
Senate.
to the full Senate.
But that probably doesn't matter either.
After hearing that testimony, Flake said, "I am prepared to support his nomination."
I don't know how you could listen to that testimony and still say that, but
this is a total railroad job, yelled Senator Mazie Hirono, Democrat of Hawaii. Ms. Hirono and others then walked out of the hearing room. Outside, joined by the House Democrats, they called on Republicans to wake up and predicted an overwhelming backlash throughout the country. I think that may happen. The committee also ignored a request Thursday evening from the head of the American Bar Association to postpone the vote until Dr. Blasie's sexual assault allegation and those from other women were investigated by the FBI. A significant request from the ABA, the American Bar, because they had previously endorsed Judge Kavanaugh's nomination, and they're not rescinding that endorsement. They're just saying, because of, in light of what's happened, that there should be some investigation.
Should be an investigation.
Behind the scenes, the White House and the Judiciary Committee Republicans were working to reassure wavering senators. After watching Thursday's proceedings, Senator Susan Collins, Republican of Maine, told Republicans she's going to find it difficult to vote for Judge Kavanaugh without a sworn statement from Mr. Judge. According to three people familiar with the matter, Mr. Judge previously denied any involvement in a letter to the committee signed by his lawyer, figured heavily in Thursday's hearing. The committee's refusal to subpoena him angered Democrats. So I don't know if Judge and Collins are, if they don't want to vote.
I still don't think they have enough.
And Jones doesn't.
I still
because
don't think
Pence is your deciding.
Yeah,
he'll come in.
If it's tied, Pence will decide it, and then it'll go to tomorrow. Is that when they're going to vote? I thought I heard it was Saturday.
I don't know
that they're going to vote. That's how fast they want to get
The
this.
final everything is Tuesday.
Tuesday, all right. Because I'm telling you that there's going to be some protests, and yeah.
Well, I think the big divide is. It's not going to be Republicans and Democrats. It's not going to be Trump supporters and not Trump supporters. It's going to be men versus women.
Well, I'm on the side of the women.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. That's.
Well, November 6th.
Let's see. A woman who posted a sign on her car in California, or San Diego area, said she was looking for a kidney. Somebody to donate a kidney for her, and she's driving around San Diego. She got one.
Really?
Yeah. Terry Simpson, who has a rare genetic disorder and rare B-negative blood type, was having difficulty finding a compatible kidney because only 2% of the U.S. population matches that blood type. So with time running out, she put the information on the back of her car, and it paid out. Susan Fox saw the sign on a grocery shopping trip to Costco, and as it turns out, Costco sells those kind of kidneys in 2-packs.
But I only need one kidney.
No, Fox.
Now I got all these extra kidneys.
It was Costco. They'd make you buy 6.
Yeah, Fox is one of the 2% of the population who matches Simpson's blood type, or Samson is her name. And so she says, the Holy Spirit told me to donate a kidney to her. And she
Thanks,
did.
Holy Spirit.
And that's pretty, the Holy Spirit's always been a good guy.
All right.
It's Boner Fight, the final round.
All right, here we go. Round 1's winner from the 7 o'clock hour was Senator Orrin Hatch, who, when asked what he thought of Dr. Blasie's testimony, what he thought of her, well, she's very attractive. Well, what do you mean by that? Well, she's pleasing.
Creepy.
Just tone deaf.
That was number 1. Going up against the winner of round 2, also from the hearing yesterday, Brett Kavanaugh dodging a question about being a blackout drunk and saying to Senator Amy Klobuchar, when she says, have you ever drunk to excess and blackout drunk? No. Well, have you? After she had just talked about her father being an alcoholic.
Yeah, but the point is,
Yeah.
is that you're here to answer questions.
Yeah. Oh, you, Senator? How about you? How about that, huh?
You're the one applying
It's
for
number
this
2.
job.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. This is Boner Fight. You got to decide who is Boner of the Day for today. Of these two candidates, which one is the worst? Which one deserves to go and be Boner of the Day and possibly Boner of the Week? All right. So 1 or 2, you've got to decide. Pick your candidate right now, the one you think should win. Put that number in the message of a text. Text that to 33986. Or you can call. Use your voice to vote, 877-602-9696. Or go to x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner Voting, or Boner of the Day, Boner Fight, September 28. And vote there. If you don't see that box, refresh. It should appear. This is Boner of the Day. You got 4 minutes. Let's go.
John Smith kicks off a 1-hour non-stop music wingding at the conclusion.
X90. From Hell on X96 is local, so that means you might bump into Carrie, Bill, or Gina at the grocery store. So if that happens, hey, ask for a selfie with them.
All right, 9:34. Time to award Boner of the Day.
And that would be brought to you by...
In part.
In part by a delicious harvest supper salad. It has cherries and turkey and blue cheese and...
Is there lettuce in this salad?
Yeah, lettuce and cabbage and slivered almonds. It's a family tradition to have this salad as it turns to fall. Oh, it has apples, sliced apples.
Nice. And X96 welcomes 303 and Emo Night, the Wand House Party Tour to the Depot, Thursday, November 1st. Tickets are available at all SmithTix locations, SmithTix.com, and the Depot box office, or you could win some from us right now by texting the word SPIKE, S-P-I-K-E, SPIKE, to 33986.
So, Boner candidate number one. Well, I mean, she's just pleasing. Orrin Hatch. Time to go.
Yep.
Time to go.
Well, a long time ago.
Yeah. Long past time.
Yep.
If you look, if you lifted up his toupee, you would see that his freshness dating is long since expired. He was number one, and then Kavanaugh, particularly for his comments to Senator Amy Klobuchar, his questioning of her. It's that moment that turned for me where you could just there's something not right about that guy, and if you don't see that, there's something wrong with you. I think he was number two, and he won pretty handily.
Oh, he did, really?
Yeah, he beat Orrin. Yeah.
All right, there you go. That is Boner of the Day for September 28. It is now qualified to be Boner of the Week, and Dave the Flower Guy will come in the next break and tell us who Boner of the Week is.
I take no pleasure in this at all.
In what?
Zero. Any of this. Any of this.
Well, no, it's horrible.
It's just horrible. So
You know where this discussion is further explored on the Remain Seated podcast with Gina Barbarian.
There she goes. She gets a podcast, and she's all about promoting it all over the place.
It's just posted. You can find it where fine podcasts are posted. It's on iTunes.
Is it?
Yep.
So you got artwork then?
Apple Podcasts.
The artwork finally came through?
Thank you, Dylan.
Because I know that's what was holding this whole thing up.
Yeah,
for
all these years.
All
these years, it was just artwork.
So and all I wanted for the artwork is, remember, these stickers are old. What do you call it? Family stickers? Is that what we called them?
Our family stick figure stickers.
And I said, I just want that sticker as my artwork for
And
the
she's been
podcast.
saying that for 10 years.
10 years.
10 years she's been saying
Way
that.
before you ever did the Let's Go Eat show.
Sure. Yeah. Gina kept saying, before we even really understood the concept of podcast, Gina said, I would like to do something that people could download online and hear me, and I'd like to do that if I could only get artwork for it.
And I have to thank Richie, too, because Richie was bugging people to get it done. He tried.
Well, you know what I'm taking delight in?
I don't know.
Maniac
on
Netflix.
Emma Stone and
Jonah
Hill.
Jonah Hill.
Now, is it hard to follow? Because
no,
the reviews I've read of it sound like it might be hard to follow.
No, not really. Once you figure out pretty quickly, it'll kind of slip back and forward in time a little bit.
Because are they in a mental hospital?
No, they're participating in a drug test.
Oh, right.
But what's interesting, I took delight in it because, for any number of reasons, but because there are several people participating, but they're really minor characters.
Mm-hmm.
But I was saying to my wife, Mrs. Bill, boy, that character looks familiar. What is that woman who used to be on Moonlighting, the secretary?
Elise Beasley?
Elise Beasley.
How did I pull Elise Beasley
I
out
did
of
too.
the air?
Wait,
she's on the show?
Yes.
Because Sue watched it. She didn't say anything about it.
And you know who else is on it?
Who?
Trudy Styler.
Oh, Sting's wife?
Yes, and there's an incredibly funny, weird scene where Jonah Hill's brother is singing in a creepy, creepy way, Every Move You Make, and Trudy Styler plays Jonah Hill's mother.
Really?
Yes. And she's singing.
No, I really
and
want to
she's-
watch this.
And she's saying, "Oh, is Sting here? It sounds just like Sting."
So is he dreaming that she's his mother?
No,
or-
she plays
No,
his mother.
She's actually.
She plays his mother.
Because I got the sense this is one of those shows where you weren't sure what was real.
No, and
what
Gabriel
was-
Byrne plays his father. He's from a really awful family. His parents are Gabriel Byrne and Trudy Styler, and his brother is just ooh. They're all creepy.
So you're delighting in this creepy show.
Yeah, I mean, it's not all creepy.
Is it funny?
Sometimes. I've watched three episodes.
I think Emma Stone is.
She's
an
really
amazing
fantastic.
actress.
She's fantastic. And sometimes she vacillates between looking weird.
Mm-hmm.
She looks odd, and then sometimes she's really pretty.
I wish she had won the Academy Award for Birdman instead of La La Land.
Yeah, she was great.
She was very good in Birdman.
Yeah.
And she's like that character in this. She's really troubled,
Mm-hmm.
and she's smoking constantly. But it's just she's got this odd face, and sometimes she just looks kind of weird, and then sometimes she looks beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's cool that she's going back to her roots and has agreed to do Zombieland 2.
Yeah.
Now, who is everybody coming back for that?
Yep.
Woody Harrelson?
Mm-hmm. They all are.
Bill Murray? Oh,
no.
I guess he can't.
Well, they could figure it out. They could figure it out.
No.
God, I love that movie.
There's always a way.
Oh, and was the Mila Kunis in that? No.
No, it was Emma Stone.
It was Emma Stone.
I'm pretty sure it was Emma Stone.
Well, no, wait, no.
I don't think it
double
was.
check. I think that's where we met her.
I don't. Now you're gonna make me look. Okay.
Am I, Dylan? Am I right?
I
don't
can't
know. Look it up.
Okay.
It seems to
Yeah,
me
no,
like
you're
that's
right.
where we met her.
It's Emma Stone. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should. But you should watch Maniac. It kind of shifts in time a little bit, but you figure that out pretty quick how that's working.
Yeah, Sue watched it. She didn't tell me whether she liked it or not.
She watched the whole thing.
She watched the whole thing.
all
yeah.
episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good so far. I like it a lot. I wish I could just sit and watch the whole thing. I think there's only 10 episodes, but I don't have the time to do it. I got to go learn to sit.
Maniac is a reunion of Stone and Hill from Superbad, says Jimmy Martin.
Well, I don't.
That's right.
And I don't even know Superbad.
They worked on Superbad together.
Jonah Hill is very, very odd in this, in Maniac. He never talks any louder than this. It's just like, yes, okay, all right, I understand. At least in the parts I've seen so far.
All right. Let's see. So we got Boner of the Week coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Stand by for that. But first, it's Friday. International release date for all music, so that means there's new music, movies, games, records, and more to pick up at any of the locally owned and operated Gray Whale locations near you. So, music, new stuff, Alt J. New one out today called Reuxer. It's R-E-U-X-E-R. Reuxer. Best band name so far, All Them Witches. And their new one is out today. It's ATW is what it's called. Dave Grohl.
Yes, I'm listening.
has a solo something out today called Play. Don't know anything about it. Just what it says here. Beartooth, their new one, Disease, is out. Oh, beating all them witches for another great band name. Gouge Away.
Gouge Away.
Gouge Away, their new one, Burnt Sugar, is out today. Now, Chris Cornell, they are re-releasing a whole bunch of his stuff. Let's see, the self-titled career-spanning collection is out today. Tom Petty, his new one, American Treasure. The Rick and Morty soundtrack with CDs and LPs in it, so you get all the Rick and Morty music. And Fall Out Boy releasing their complete studio albums on vinyl collection. So there you go. Movies and TV, Solo, A Star Wars Story is out today. I'll be watching that this weekend. Uncle Drew is out. Puppet Master, Littlest Reich is out today, if you're a fan of those. And REC, the Complete Collection Blu-ray, is out. Crucial Fest is here. Oh, it's today, as a matter of fact. Today and tomorrow. And you can get your Crucial Fest tickets for 2018 at any Gray Whale location. Cash or credit card accepted for tickets and no fees. Go to graywhaleslc.com. It's a great new website. And take in your old stuff and trade it in for new stuff. They want your old music, movies, books, games, vinyl, all that stuff. Gray Whale, let's see, so it's graywhaleslc.com.
Hey, it's John Smith, and I am your host every Sunday night at 10 for SLC Punks.
Wasn't he, ladies and James? Pegleg Johnson, the one-legged stand-up comic. We're going to have him back real soon. Now, don't go away, folks, because in just a few minutes, you're going to be laughing your butts off with our headliner, Gallagher! Gallagher! You know, the guy with the watermelons? Yeah, well, anyway, it's time for a special treat here at Bananas, the best comedy club in a shopping mall in downtown Sheboygan. Please welcome the comedy stylings of Little Tommy Little, the 3-year-old stand-up comic!
Thank you, folks. It's great to be here. Now, stop me if you've heard this one. Why did the little moron saw his toilet in half?
Get off the stage!
Oh, I'm sorry. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, mister.
What?
Mister, is that a bug in your drink?
Where?
Made you look, made you stare, made you lose your underwear, stupid head booger face. Poo-poo pee-pee.
Oz original alternative X96.
All right, 9:50 right now, and it is time to declare a boner of the week, I suppose.
Dave the flower guy has come into the studio.
What do you got to do?
I did sponsor.
Oh, okay.
Sponsor Boner of the Week. Brought to you by Go to Hale, Scott Hale Plumbing, Heating and Air for just $49 for a furnace tune-up, which includes a 19-point safety inspection. Scott Hale, amazingly different, surprisingly better. ScottHale.com.
Dave has come in here with a toy. What is this, Dave? What is it? What's
it called? Fright?
It's called Fright in a Can.
Fright in a can. That sounds very handy.
Fright in a can.
now-
Fright in a can. It's a fright in a can.
It's Frights canned for your horror. Canned for your horror. What do you do? Press on this?
Uh-huh.
All right. So let's see what happens. So
that's a
sounds
woman.
like Gina is the tea kettle.
Yeah, tea kettle Gina.
Tea kettle Gina. So that's pretty
You
scary.
canned it.
So
Evil laugh, I guess.
Oh, the werewolf.
Werewolf. There.
Their wolf.
Werewolf.
Their castle.
Yeah.
that sounds like a
monster.
Oh, that's
or a very wet
fart.
Fart.
Yeah. That's what I.
A very wet fart.
Sounds like to me.
Yeah, that would be frightening if it happened to you. You'd have to excuse yourself immediately.
So, Dave,
are you
you're
selling
it?
these?
No.
No, you just got
I
didn't have it. You're just using.
I just have it.
I just use it.
Just in case.
Psycho.
Boy,
pretty good, Dave. All right.
I wonder if they're going to get sued for that.
All right.
Let me press it again. What's it? That's just for
The
Gina.
Brady
That's
Brunch.
for,
Thank you.
That's just for Gina.
Okay, here we go. Boner of the week. Oh my, that's been a long week.
Yes.
I'm going to enjoy the art of sitting tomorrow.
The art of sitting.
The art of sitting. And you know what I'm hoping?
What?
That there will be no stories.
What do you
You
mean?
won't. You mean coming back on Monday? There
That
will
was
be nothing
sitting?
to
There
tell.
will just be nothing.
Oh,
to
you mean
root
you don't break anything? Because last time you went there, you broke things.
No, I didn't break anything. I
You almost
didn't.
broke
I
things.
almost. All right, Dave, are you all set?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. The boner winner from Monday. It was always licking my neck. 23-year-old Laura Knobloch came forward with allegations that her father, Minnesota State Representative Jim Knobloch, inappropriately kissed and touched her and pinned her down throughout her childhood. Mr. Knobloch, an 8-term Minnesota congressman, has said he's not running for re-election. He wants to go home and, no, not lick his daughter's neck again, repair his family.
Gross.
Repair his family. Boner candidate number 2 from Tuesday. Because I know it is, that's why. Was Orrin Hatch. When asked how he knows that Judge Kavanaugh is telling the truth. Well, because I just know it's the truth. That's why. He doesn't need any proof. He just knows it's the truth. Boner candidate number 3 from Wednesday. We have a no-zero policy. A Florida school teacher saying she was fired for refusing to give half credit to students who didn't turn in any assignments. Ridiculous. Boner candidate number 4 from Thursday. Now, honey, as you grow up, remember this groping is no big deal. An unidentified woman, I believe it was on MSNBC, was caught on camera telling her daughters, you know, boys grope you in high school, don't they? Mm-hmm. Well, just remember, that's no big deal. It happens. And boner candidate number 5 from today, Brett Kavanaugh for
turning it back on
Amy Klobuchar.
Do you get blackout drunk?
Come on, do you get blackout drunk, Senator?
He would not have done that to another man. I know he wouldn't have.
Well, I don't know. Anyway, which one's the worst, Dave?
Number 4.
Number 4.
Now, honey, as you grow up, remember, groping is no big deal.
Good. I'm glad you did that one.
That is a good choice. Boner of the week.
It's been an icky week.
It has been a very icky week. All right.
You know, we discussed the Boner of the Week winner on the Remain Seated podcast.
All right,
There
knock
she
it
goes
off.
again. She gets a podcast.
Knock it off.
Suddenly she's...
We discussed that very story.
There's Dave.
Exactly.
Yep. Dave's on to you, too. She's got 10 years of inaction to make up for.
Well, tell us about the pod if you're going to pimp it. I
Okay.
mean,
And I've tweeted a link and I put it on Facebook. It's Remain Seated with Gina Barberi at Remain Seated Podcast. It's on Spreaker. It's on iTunes.
Mm-hmm.
There are 3 fabulous episodes.
Well, what
there.
time is it on?
It's posted now.
Mm-hmm.
Posts
So it's
every
on now?
Friday. You can go listen to it. We went a whole 16 minutes. This
Wow. That's like a marathon. I'm recording 3 geek shows tomorrow.
Those are how long?
Usually over an hour.
Yeah. I'll catch up. I just started.
No, don't.
Don't bother.
Don't.
What?
Keep it short.
Yeah.
Short and sweet.
No, but we talk about that story, that boner winner. We talk about Kavanaugh hearings, and we talk about sexual assault and teenagers' thoughts about it and the normalization of it.
Mm-hmm.
So go listen to it.
All right. Let's do the promo and get out of here.
The weekend is here. Enjoy it. It might be our last warm one.
Not the last one ever, but maybe for a while.
Are we talking about the weather in this promo?
Yes, that and Monday's Radio from Hell show on X96.
Shouldn't we tell them what time it starts?
But then we don't tell them.
Oh.
They're just going to have to figure it out.
Yeah.
That's devious.
Yes, it is.
Look.
I don't have a microphone.
I guess you won't be able to do a show today.
You could.
Oh,
because
sorry.
Dave's done with his.
I'll move. Hang on. Just hang on.
It's his
Wait
first.
right there.
It's his first show, ladies and gentlemen. It's
a new guy here. What's
New
your name,
guy.
sir? Nice to see you.
Well, usually on Fridays, I'm over there.
Nice to see you. What's your name, sir?
I'm John.
Hi, John.
You're only
Nice to
over
meet
there
you.
on Fridays usually because it's your fault. You could just step right up and.
I don't want to take away Dave's
But
spot.
Dave
He's
is
earned it. He's
done.
been here
He's
45
done.
years.
He's done. He's done his part, and you are coming in now.
Fair enough.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
I'm John. Nice to meet
John
you. Smith. Yeah.
Smith. Oh, Mr. Smith?
Yeah.
Nice to see you. I hope you do well on your first day here.
Good times.
What do you have?
I have a lot of stuff today because
Okay.
apparently there was stuff that I was supposed to have been giving away all week.
Uh-oh.
And I forgot.
Like what?
So I have a whole pile of 303 tickets that I'm giving away.
Mm.
And I have some Fallout Boy tickets that I'm giving away.
It's easy to forget because you're so busy in here all
Well,
the time.
that's even if I'm in here.
Yeah.
I mean, usually I'm out being a social butterfly or playing ping pong.
Right.
So,
All right, good enough. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Do you know who I am?
He's the only Texan I'll allow in my mouth.
John Smith is next.
please keep listening.
A 1 hour nonstop music wing ding starts now. X96.